Previously on Junior Adventurers League. Entering a new wing of the dungeon complex, our adolescent heroes met Zarkozai, an untrustworthy Behir who may hold the key to accessing the level below the Hall of 12 Monsters, but not without repayment. After an encounter with a Gorgon goes disastrously wrong, Valqwyn and Jrmi are left with no choice but to accept Zarkozai's offer of help, knowing that he'll certainly put them in still greater danger than they already are. The adventure begins on the 4th of Green Growth, year 559 of Kairosha's 4th Age. This is episode 30, Here and Drow.
Oh God.
Yeah. And that's where we are gonna that's where we're gonna end for tonight. Thanks everyone for playing.
I forgot.
Yeah, great. So that's the recap. Let's go ahead and do
right now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go ahead and do intros.
Hello, my name is Kate Enge, and I am playing Jrmi, who is a halfling bard. She's 12. She's got crazy hair that's white now. Give it up for Jrmi!
Yeah, somebody's got the air horn.
Usually short cannon. There we go.
Easter cannon and one firework.
Then it's silent and someone's
Yeah.
That's how it was, like, right before we went into the dungeon. Hey guys, I'm Heather. I play Valqwyn Krizera. She's a super awesome half-drow fighter, dripping in way too many weapons, and some awesome, spiky, shiny armor.
Spikes everywhere. Sea urchin. Great. Who we have last?
Hello, everyone. My name's Cody, and I play Theodûir. He is a high elf sorcerer, and he has got flowing, elegant robes. Looks very pristine. He's got his hair slicked back, and he's a little snot, and he's petrified.
He's petrified.
Yeah,
His
stuck.
robes are not flowy any longer.
Yeah, he's stuck in not the most elegant pose, but he's...
Yeah, right. The last thing you remember.
He's yelling at me.
Yeah, I will start right there. So Theodûir, the last memory that you have is angrily berating Valqwyn as your legs, chest, and then eventually whole form were transformed.
I believe it was like, you
stone.
better make sure. There's something like making sure we get the job done or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly, but
I like to think that it's that thing like right before somebody dies that you're like, fine, fuck it, I'm just gonna tell you how I really feel, that like maybe it was like a really horrible, hurtful thing, right? Like, oh, you listen to me, you half-breed motherfucker.
I was just like, oh God.
Some horrible racist, like, whoa.
All this time.
That's obviously a joke, but I like that idea. Like, you think you're gonna die, and that's what all
I'm gonna have
the
to go back and
nastiness
look at the
comes out.
tape. I don't
Just
remember.
like the entire time, he's just been hating my like kind of grayish skin. He's like,
Right, yeah. Turns out Theodûir is like horribly racist.
anyone who's not blonde.
Which, like, I like the idea that, like, your father would be, right? Like, your father's all weird about, like, pure breed.
A
If you're
high
a
elf
sorcerer,
thing.
you're like a dragon
Yeah.
sorcerer.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
There's
He wants me to
hit
be
out
with
on you.
another high elf.
From
Yeah.
Theo's family. It's like actually all the monsters we keep coming across are just coming after me from his
Or have been
family.
hired by Control Deer, yeah. I don't like my son associated with that mudblood, yeah. Okay, great. So, Theodûir, the last thing you remember was that you were petrified, and you were, like sort of berating Valqwyn, and everything kind of went still. Now, normally, when you're petrified, there's, like, no time passes, right? It's just instantaneously to when you come back. However, everything... Like, basically, you kind of experience this sense of blackness and stillness and silence. You don't really have any, like, thoughts or agency when you're in this form. But I need you to roll me a perception check. Excuse me, just a wisdom check. Not perception, just wisdom. Uh-huh.
Okay. Pretty good. I get a penalty, though, so that's 13.
13. Okay, great. So everything went black. You're not really super aware of your surroundings or what happened until you hear this sort of voice is kind of a weird way to describe it, but it's like this presence. Something is reaching out to you through the ether or whatever it is. And it's very, very faint at first, and it's just sort of like, Theodûir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Theodûir.
Hello?
Yes,
Yes, what?
Who is it?
It's you. Oh, it's worse than I feared, Theodûir.
What?
Do you know who I am?
Let me... can I do an intelligence check if I recognize his voice?
Sure.
Let me roll. Just
Let me roll an intelligence
Let me
check.
take out my 20-sided die.
this in my
18.
18. Yes, you do recognize the quiet, gravelly voice of Patient Monolith,
Oh, nice.
who is the Earth Genasi monk professor, who the last time you saw him, he was leading you on the expedition that eventually got Jrmi killed.
Great. What species is he again?
He is an Earth Genasi, so he's like an Earth elemental person. He's like half human, half elemental, right? Yeah, yeah, so he's got like the hair that's like the green crystals, right? And then he's got the like
He looks like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's like really tall. He was the guy that pulled the Bezoars out of the wire in his mouth.
Yeah. Okay, great.
You're fine.
Yeah. Great.
Monolith. Yes, I do recognize you. Oh. You have come to me
anime moment.
in my...
Gets the noodle body.
You have come to me now. I will let you speak.
I will let you speak.
I'm sorry, you were saying.
Like a full fanboy. Then go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Oops. Listen to me prattling on. He'll say,
You are in dreadful danger, Theodûir. But I think, even from my distant remove, I may be able to help you.
and that's where we'll cut
Not lost though.
over to Jrmi, and that's where we'll end for tonight. Thanks, everybody.
What does that conversation look like for him and Moz? Like, it probably doesn't happen, but I like that he's like, Moz. That he wouldn't be Moss in his own head.
Well, maybe it's like Moss's soul,
Yeah.
right? Like Theodûir, you don't feel like you're speaking.
Right.
It's like all in your head. Yeah, but I like the idea of like Moss, can you hear me?
Like you were just that in person.
Oh, never mind.
Good, Moss, I'm glad I can hear you.
They just have a conversation, but everything Moss says is just.
But of course, he completely
Pug noises.
understands it. Just like, yes, I know, I'd be scared too.
Yes, of course, yes. What a brilliant insight.
So you guys are you had mounted onto the top of Zarkozai's head, and then he had kind of like sunk back down into his crevice. He leads you on this like sort of super fast kind of whirlwind, like sliding through all these tunnels. Every once in a while, you kind of come through the darkened space out into like a larger chamber. You can see sort of vague dungeon features like, portcullis traps and like weird things, and then he'll disappear down another crack. And you kind of get a sense as you're like, slithering through the dungeon how big the complex is. Like, you knew it was big. You knew that you were pretty far down, but this must be like dozens and dozens and dozens of levels and levels and levels. So it's this huge Byzantine place. And he is taking you far below the level that even you guys needed to go. Somewhere deep, 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 deep,
I'm
deep.
probably going, woo! Unless someone is stopping me or telling me to shut up.
Yeah, nobody's really stopping you. It's kind of like... So the shots is like, it's like, and then there's like one shot of like a dungeon room, and there's like maybe like an evil cultist or something who's like, at this hour we will, and then the Bahir like slides
slow-mo
through
faces
two
just
cracks,
like-
and,
Just like a roller coaster.
and they all stop and look.
Anyway, we call upon you.
We call upon the yeah.
There's some fanboys that really analyze who those cultists are and like really try to be like I bet
It's interesting because if you look at their...
they're gonna come back later and they're resurrecting the dark.
Right,
Seasons from now, you guys, 3
never
seasons from
went
now.
through that.
Gets like, canceled.
You
when
go
it's
by
like-
somebody who's watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right, in that scene where he runs through the backyards. Anyway, no, that's a dumb joke. That does not happen. But yeah, it's you basically understand the size and complexity of this huge dungeon complex.
Wow.
Eventually, the rooms and passages you're heading down to look less and less like sculpted and formed, and look a little bit more natural. Like they still look like they were kind of shaped, but it's not so much like masonry and brick. It's like a little bit more of natural caverns. And he eventually kind of like curls up at a certain spot in this kind of dank, drippy cavern. There's like a little doorway up ahead. And he kind of will like twist back and look at you.
Through that doorway is someone who may be able to help you.
Oh,
I think it's best if you find out
God.
for yourself.
You're really creepy, Meyer. Just saying.
Don't worry, nothing, no harm will come to you. I will wait here and ensure your survival.
Thanks.
Okay.
I think Valqwyn is having
He has like a tendency to like make words that like aren't sinister, like
Hello, I'd like to order a tall macchiato.
right, like at the dungeon Starbucks.
You can see him.
Dungeon
You can see him
Starbucks.
grin too. Like you see the like
Yeah.
slight grin and the eyes shifting.
And the fangs glinting in his mouth.
just like,
Always. No matter what it is he's talking about, like the last two words always seem really sinister and
Yes.
ominous. Yeah.
I like how that would be one of the rooms
Yeah,
that
so-
we passed to. Is just a Starbucks where it was just like, yeah, oh god.
Jeff? Order for Jeff?
And Jeff is like a mind flare.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Jeff.
Yeah.
But it's in your mind, right? Like everyone in the Starbucks is like, it's pronounced Jeff.
Everyone like grabs their head because it hurts. Like when he says that.
Blood comes out of their eyes for
Yeah.
a second and they go back.
People are really mad.
Where are we? What is this
Alright,
joke?
can I inspect the door for traps?
Okay, great. Yeah, just give me a perception to start off with. You're kind of still like.
Oh!
Tell me everything you know about this dungeon.
Great.
Everything.
So it's a little ways away. You're kind of in this big semi-natural chamber, and it's obviously this doorway was sort of carved into the rock, but it looks like it was kind of unfinished. You're like in the unfinished basement of the dungeon. They see like there's like a bunch of like sheets of drywall they haven't put up in the
Pennywise is
corner.
over
No. Ridiculous. Okay, I gotta focus. It's too silly. All right. But it's a sort of partially shaped doorway. The main thing you notice is that it is like covered with thick webs. They don't look like the kinds of like weird fleshy webs you saw from the rust monster. They look like spider webs, like just layers and layers and layers of cobweb. With your 20, you can see that through that, and it's like they like almost bar the door like a curtain or something like that. You can see through those webs, there are a number of figures kind of moving around. You think about 5 or 6 of them, humanoid-esque, and they're sort of conversing with each other in a very familiar language, a language you've heard before. You've even heard Val speak. They're speaking Undercommon. And they're kind of walking around and talking back and forth.
All you boo.
Yeah. Cool. So the doorway is covered by these webs.
These webs, yeah. You're probably about 15 feet away from it. Zarko's eyes just kind of like coiling and looking sinister.
Muttering to myself about our demise.
About your imminent demise, but all in Draconic, right? As though you can't speak
Yeah.
it. When...
We can't. This is the only one that understood.
Oh, yeah, only
I
Theodûir
could. I
can
would.
speak
Be,
it.
So we're just
I'd
like,
know what he was saying.
Through context clues, we know.
Yeah.
I don't think
I think you
we
know what
should
he's saying.
ruin
Yeah, he keeps doing this.
With
It's
this
like
one.
really obvious.
For some reason, it's like draconic comment of, and then, draconic.
And then I'll kill them.
That's the only thing in common.
Blood
And
margarita.
I will bathe in their blood. Right. Whatever it is.
Actually, only 15
Apparently, when we
minutes
play
of
at 9:30 in
gameplay.
the morning, we get real silly.
Only boiled
Just
down
a bunch
to
of
15
jokes.
minutes of actual game.
Just
I love Junior Adventuring League, but they only play for about 20 minutes. The rest of it is just like
They're just laughing.
They're hilarious though. Like,
Oh, so funny.
yeah.
Annoyingly funny.
yeah, you get the iTunes reviews like I listened for a while, but they just got too stupid. You know what I mean? Like you see so many.
You really
of those
can't jump in the
actual
middle
play
because
shows.
their jokes are so convoluted.
That's true.
But
They
their
referenced something
callbacks are
else
really
2
good.
hours ago.
Okay. There's a chamber smothered in cobwebs,
Okay.
15
Can we
feet away
like
from you. What would you
duck
like to do?
under them at all, or do they reach like the floor and everything?
They kind of go all the way to the floor. Like if you got down on hands and knees and like your way through them, you maybe could. But it would be like a pretty inauspicious entrance. to the
Right, just
room.
like,
Can we?
Hey guys!
Oh, sorry, got my
Hey,
helmet.
I need a
All
favor.
right.
I think Jrmi, if you got down on like hands and knees, you could make it without having to like belly crawl because you're small.
But I'm
Without
huge.
one.
I will take
Okay.
those webs with me.
That's fine. Then we can do it your way.
Yeah, you know, I want
imagine?
to destroy those webs. I take Constance and just cut through those webs as I yell,
Great.
"Hello!" in Undercommon. I don't know what that would be. Hola! Hey guys!
When you draw Constance and start to like make your way towards those webs, you feel her presence in your mind. Slay the wicked, is what she says. You can head over and you want to just like cut the webs?
Yeah, I want to do like a slit to just kind of make a curtain to get through, but
Yeah, cool. So it's just a cool, like, you're on the shot is the other side, and you see the sword come through and slice down, and it falls, and the two of you are standing there looking cool, and then behind you, Zarka's eyes like
doing this apparently.
this roiling, like, coils.
There's a weird light that just comes from behind us all.
So yeah, you can look into it's just almost a small little like atrium chamber, like it was like a guard room or something. There does appear to be some kind of a stone altar or something in the middle, but it's otherwise like pretty unadorned except for these cobwebs. Like there's cobwebs all over the place. I guess give me a perception to see anything distinct. Yeah, don't roll perception, Cody, because you're not there.
I see nothing.
19.
Sorry. 19, great. So Val, you see the basics of the room. Covered in cobwebs, there's some kind of stone thing in the middle, and there are like 5 or 6 of these figures, all of them dark-skinned elves in various suits of sort of enamel, fancy-looking armor, all very sinister, all very like Black Sabbath kind of situation, right? But you see Jrmi, a couple of other things. There are, as I said, 6 of them. About 4 of them look like sort of warriors, male and female. Oh, actually, take that back. All male. And they're wearing these, sort of fancy enameled sort of spider design armor. There is another male in sort of dark robes that looks vaguely kind of like a spellcaster of some kind. He has an orb, and he's sort of, when he's talking, the orb kind of floats next to him, and it's all fucking black and evil and poisonous looking. But the person who's obviously in charge is sort of a weathered looking, which is unusual for an elf, drow woman wearing this like very severe gown. Her white hair is all piled up on top of her head, and she has like some kind of a big black obsidian headpiece that looks like a spider that kind of comes down and like embeds into her like the flesh of her forehead.
Because who wouldn't?
She's like definitely like sort of a bride of Frankenstein, and like tall and severe and like looks very in control. You also see that the chamber is pretty tall, and it's almost like a tube or like an elevator shaft or something, and it goes up. And it's pretty dark up there, especially you don't really have dark vision, but the cobwebs keep going up, and every once in a while you'll see like a leg, some sort of chitinous movement up there. There might be some sort of a large spider or spider-like creature 30 or 40 feet above you. Yeah, and so you cut the curtain, and you're standing there, and you see these people who, like, obviously could just murder you in, like, with a thought. And they have a bunch of things, like, spread out on the little stone altar, and they all kind of look up from them. And then you see this drow woman. Imagine our luck. Come in, please.
Holy shit.
Before we do,
one sec.
we would love to know your names. Because you're strangers and we can't technically talk to you as children.
But once we meet you...
Keep in mind that Valqwyn definitely looks like an adult because she's so big.
Shush.
I mean,
are you speaking in common, I assume?
I'll translate for her.
Okay, great. Okay. She'll apply to you in common, but she has like a weird speech pattern. Like it seems like common is not her first language, and so she kind of like conjugates verbs and things in a weird way. She'll say, "Well, the 3 of them are having." The 5 of them? The 5 of them. She gestures at the males are having no names. Why are they having names? I am Mother Vorsha. And who are you?
My name's Jrmi.
I'm a respondent undercommon. I'm Valqwyn.
Cool.
I do a little bow, honored.
Happy Mother's Day.
For those of you watching this, we recorded this on Mother's Day.
Thanks for reminding me, guys.
That's wonderful.
Dude.
I didn't even
Didn't even think about it.
Didn't even think.
She didn't name her children. It's not a good mother.
Well, these may not be her children.
When you say that, Valqwyn, in Undercommon, she kind of looks at you and then says this word in Undercommon that, like, translated into Common doesn't really make sense. Like, you obviously don't understand Jrmi, but it's sort of like a daywalker or topwalker is the term. And you would probably know that it's sort of like a racial
Yeah.
slur. It's like almost calling you a mudblood, right? Because you have the human
Exactly,
blood
yeah.
in you as well. You are being children.
Yes.
You are being junior adventurers.
Correct. You've met us before, or someone like us?
By knowing reputation.
Oh, well, that's probably not a good thing. I mean,
We don't want to hurt you guys. We just want to fix our friend. And he said that you can help us.
She like looks past you. You are trusting this creature.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Yes.
he brought us down here.
You are wise not to. Mother Vorsha, come sit. She like gestures over to these stones that are also sort of covered in cobwebs.
Good.
I
I'll
don't like
stand.
sitting because it makes me feel less important.
Sit.
Oh.
Can I sit on the floor in front of the chair?
Sure.
I think I might still
You can
be
do whatever
covered
you
in
want.
cobwebs, though.
I still want to sit in the chair.
I'm gonna like try to brush off the cobwebs and like.
There just are so many. Like you brush a few and there's just more, and you realize it's just a pile of cobwebs. That there's like nothing underneath.
There's
Right?
no actual stone.
Yeah. No. Oh
What
God.
have I done?
How can Mother Vorsha be helping you?
So we met a Gorgon. A couple of our friends maybe sort of got petrified, so I was wondering if you could help us change them back to flesh.
A trifling matter. How many?
2.
Two? It is not of concerning us, if you understand. But there is no forgetting the matter of recompense.
You can have him.
Oh, he's not of interest.
No thanks.
You are being junior adventurers, yes. There is something we are wishing from you.
Do tell.
A map. And we're going to cut from there back to Theodûir. So Theodûir, you're still total blackness, total stillness. Everything is silence except for the whispering voice of Patient Monolith.
Are you ready to escape your bonds?
Yes. I want to be free. But will I have my body?
Yes, but it will not be easy. You have done one of the most difficult parts of it simply by hearing my voice, even though I am so distant from you.
Yes, well, I am quite powerful, so...
Well, we shall see about that, Master Thomel. Here's what I need you to do. You are encased in stone. You are stone, but your soul is not stone, only your body. You must merge your soul with your body. Merge your soul with the stone. Become the earth. Become the stone.
Become the stone.
I need you to make a constitution check.
A save.
And I want to like hear how Theodûir does this himself. Not a save, just a check.
Okay. Constitution. Here we go. Here we go.
I feel like it's something
Oh.
you want to fail.
I mean, I get a penalty, but I crit.
Correct.
So,
Nice.
So I crit. I mean, it's technically a 19.
Great. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, it's this very metaphysical like instruction that he gives you, and you don't like you have no sense of your physical body at all. If that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like you kind of are just like your mind in total blackness. So just describe for me like what is this? Like how do you you know what I mean? Like give me a little bit of flavor here.
I feel like he is somehow inspired by Moss's essence, like in his what he's seen Moss, touching and speaking to stone. For some
Yeah,
reason,
for
he
sure.
must somehow just believe this might work. even though it just sounds
might actually work, right?
fucking crazy. So
and it's the kind of thing you've like dismissed the whole campaign, like Moss, you're crazy. Those rocks
you're
can't
not
talk to you,
talking
and
to
now
or
like,
to rocks. So I think maybe it's just he just really kind of like for a second he does just really believe it. Like I don't know.
You use the force. Yeah, cool. So you can feel, at first you kind of felt nothing, just your mind, and then you feel suddenly sort of your body back. You can't see, you can't move, but now you sort of have awareness of like your fingers and your toes and the pose that you were in. You can feel that your mouth is like
How embarrassing that is.
right?
Oh, God.
You can't see, like you still feel like you're made of stone, but you suddenly have this weight that you didn't have before, almost as though you're kind of in control of it.
All right, cool.
That makes sense. Do you say anything to Major Monolith?
Yeah.
Like instantly succeed.
It's probably like, oh, I can feel my fingers. Patient Monolith, I think it's working.
Good, Theodûir. I was worried that perhaps you would have a more difficult time than your companion, but I'm cautiously optimistic about the next step.
He's very honest.
Right. Like I said, I'm very powerful, so...
We had one minute of just him having earnest, like, before...
I think that's right back, like,
I am the best.
That's right.
Everyone loves me.
But now comes the next stage. You must break out of these bonds.
Break out.
And that's where we'll cut. So we're gonna jump back. You guys are down below in the chamber with Mother Vorsha.
I like how the like cutscene was just Jrmi and Valqwyn were like,
yeah, looking at each other.
blackout.
Is that so of value to you?
What would you like a map of? We've traveled many lands and gone on many adventures and definitely gotten a lot of maps, so...
One map in particular are we desiring. Your school.
Oh, I don't think we have one of those.
They're trying from memory, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the one person who's really good at drawing maps is actually the one that's petrified, so... Yeah.
I see. But you remember, you are having memory, yes, of the school?
Somewhat, but let's be honest here. Don't act like this isn't for some sinister means, okay? Like, let's just all be honest about it. I'm just
sinister.
saying.
She like turns to the like mage sinister, and like in undercommon, like how do you say what does
I
this
try to
word
like
mean?
translate. I'm just.
And he kind of like shrugs, like I
I kind of want to try.
You actually.
I want to
ahead,
kind of
Jrmi.
try and embroil that into like a slight intimidation to just be like, we're not dumb. Like, let's just like level each other.
Okay. I'll give you disadvantage on an intimidation.
I don't have a cool spider hat. That's part of my skull.
Right. Yeah, and you're a child and you're surrounded by powerful warriors. Like
Was one a crit.
No, it was close though.
it's too bad.
11.
But the idea being that you're trying to like blow through her like, oh, we don't want it for anything bad,
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's
no, we
like,
get it.
come on.
So stop trying to. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So Val, she turns to the mage, and how do you say sinister? And then you try to translate it. You realize that like sinister is the assumption in Undercommon. So it's like saying like, you wouldn't want to use this for anything normal,
Yeah.
right? Like there's no word. Like they don't understand the concept of evil.
Because that's the norm.
They understand the concept
Yeah.
of good as being bad, but they don't get like evil is
Exactly.
normal, right? Like they don't have a word that means sinister because they are sinister.
Just inherently.
She seems
Just like, what?
honestly confused about like what do you mean? What else would we use it for? But you say this, and she says, if you do not desire to give map, then go on your way.
See, I don't really know the school that well. I'm just really used to like the sparring grounds because I spent all my time there.
What are dimensions of sparring ground? You see that the mage like kind of takes out like his orb, like the orb floats in front of him, and he like holds up his finger in front of it, like he's gonna start to take notes.
I don't know how many swords, maybe like 3 or 4 swords.
Starts to like jot
Just,
things
like,
down.
Bullshitting.
What rooms are near sparring grounds? What level? When you go to the
I
sparring
feel
ground.
like we can tell you more once we're sure you can actually help our friends.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough. How do we demonstrate? Demonstrate. Bring one.
Okay.
We will restore 1,
Okay.
and then you will give us the map.
Cool.
Hey, Zarkozai.
He like appears like right next to you two.
Like before she even finishes his name. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Zarko. He's like outside the cave, right? Fucking spooky.
They need us to bring one of our friends down here to prove that they can actually do the thing, and then they can, and then all this other stuff. Can we go get one of our friend people and bring him down here?
Our friend people.
I know. Believe.
Well, he can't.
Give me persuasion.
Sure.
Oh, God.
16.
Very well.
I get it.
Yeah. How even?
I should go so I can pick him up, though.
And then he'll sort of like centipede away and goes up through the crack he came in. Great.
I love how as he's traveling, it's just a really awkward, like, silent moment of all of us just kind of looking at each other, just like...
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what do you guys do in the like 20 minutes it takes him to go back up?
So, I want to ask her about her hat. Be like,
Does that hurt?
where did you get it?
The Spider Queen loaf.
Cool.
Can you tell me a story about her? 12. I don't know.
Thousands of years there was one race of elves, and she starts to give her this like super like propaganda-y weird like pro-drow anti-elf like creation myth story. And it's like really, it's like listening to American history in Texas when they like it's like so focused on like how Texas is the best state and how America like begged Texas to come back. Sorry if there are any Texans watching, but like my sister taught in Texas for a few years, and apparently they teach these weird like Texas history courses. But it's like that. It's like this weird like pro-drow, like the Drow were driven underground, and the elves the like fair-skinned devils and all this stuff. Yeah, kind of like. Okay, Theodûir, I would like you just out of character to take a d20 and roll it for me and tell me what you get.
Roll a 20.
Mm-hmm.
A 12.
Okay.
Nice and in the
Great.
middle.
So let's cut back to you, Theodûir. So you are you can feel your body, and you can feel sort of your fingers and your body within the stone, but you can't move and you can't see, right? And the last thing that Patient Monolith says was you need to break these bonds.
You must use your physical strength to burst out of the stone. Now you are in control of your body, but you are frozen. Flash frozen by stone. If you exert your strength outward, it will break this shell and you will be free.
You need me to break out of the shell.
Strength check.
Montage of this Queen's break free.
I want to break free.
Oh no, I got a 6.
Uh-huh. So describe this for me. What is this like? Cinematically, what does this moment look like?
Yeah, it's probably just him like really like
I think the music like swells too because you've been so successful the other two times, right? The music like da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
yeah. I think I've got it. I've got it.
To wind up the chamber.
And then
like,
nothing
just
happens,
silence.
basically.
Yeah, and then the statue like falls over, bonk, right? Like, yeah. Great. So yeah,
I am the strongest.
your voice cracks. Yeah.
A little piece of his
You sort of like,
robe, falls off.
are exhausted and panting.
That's all right, Theodûir. I knew this would be a challenge for you. Don't worry. Conserve your strength. You can try again in a moment. I'm here with you.
Great. So you guys are kind of waiting. She's like finishing, right?
I'm like super
and from
interested.
the darkest realms shall they rise. He's
Moss, didn't he?
and you turn and see Zarkozai come sliding across the floor.
Super
and
not
he sort of
creepy.
like spits something out of his mouth, and you see Theodûir lying there on the ground. She sort of walks over and looks at it.
is fair-skinned, is he not?
Maybe.
You wish it unpetrified?
I mean,
I don't know why her voice is so gravelly. I'm like 5 gravelly characters.
Wish it unpetrified.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of got to stick up his ass, but
we love him though.
well, I wouldn't go that far.
We do.
We're part
We
of it.
do.
We're part of a team.
We do.
You know, it's a party above
We do.
all sort of situations. So, you know, what am I supposed to do?
She just sits and nods and waits for it to be done, right?
Doesn't actually
She's
care.
like, yeah, yes.
She will like hold up her finger and it starts to kind of turn black and like necrotic-y, and then she'll like poke it onto Theodûir's forehead, and just spiders go rippling out from her finger and like all over his body, and wherever the spiders go, they almost seem to like eat the stone away. Theodûir, like Han in Carbonite, right? Like you kind of start to get like control of your face again. And you hear Patient Monolith like, believe, Theo, believe. He kind of like is pulled away as the spiders eat the stone away from you. And now you're lying on the floor with this drow high priestess over you.
I wonder
looking up at her.
Zarkozai
And, like-
in the back just like...
Go ahead.
I wonder if he kind of thinks that he was doing it. Like, I don't know.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That this is you.
But like,
Uh-huh.
if I wasn't
so.
trying it at the time, it would maybe be kind of weird. Like, yeah.
She's like, I am that powerful.
Right. Maybe that's what happened. You went like, okay. And you started again, and the spider is like,
It's working.
yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
His ego just gets bigger and bigger.
What the?
And like as a young elf child, you definitely would have like read stories and things about specifically the Drow, specifically like their evil high priestesses who like don't. Their whole thing is that they're super matriarchal, so they don't value like male drow at all or male of any kind. So like they're like the uber scary, like, oh god, and she's just like staring at you,
touching you.
right when you come to, in all of her like horrible glory.
Hello.
She'll like pull her finger away and like kind of swish her robes.
Theo! Oh my god, Theo!
Oh God. Oh, you're here too.
Yes.
Oh.
Photo bombs are
Every time, for some reason, just instantly pops in the middle. Just like,
He's like the Disney like animal friend like in the background on the DVD cover. It's like all the characters and then like whoa, like Zarkozai like
Basically,
sticking
like,
her on the side like
Joanna.
me too.
from Rescuers Down Under.
oh,
It's just,
yeah.
like, a really big
Oh yeah,
Oh.
the, like
egg
monitor
lady.
lizard. Yeah.
Joanne is awesome.
Great. What do you guys do now that you're reunited?
I help him up.
You don't speak Halfling, do you?
Thank you.
I was like, you said some pretty mean stuff, man. I'm gonna let it go.
You probably don't remember it, right? It was probably inspiring.
It was like 10 minutes ago.
Think I heard something about a mudblood, you know, I just...
Yeah, we flash back to you like tears in your eyes. Like you better say that, right? Like it was probably pretty inspiring. Right?
It probably really inspired you to get the job done.
And you look around, you're in this like horrible,
like, I don't
like, dark,
remember
dank
this part.
cavern. Like, cool, this is the job.
Where are we? What are we doing here?
We had to save you. We couldn't finish the dungeon without you. Plus, you know, I'm pretty sure the professors would be real mad if we showed up without you, so we had to.
And your dad would probably yell at us.
Yeah.
Can I
he's
do a
pretty mean.
perception check in the room? Just to get a feel for what's going on here.
We need your sense.
Not good.
Not good.
7.
Okay, it's a dark chamber. You can see you're in like the big, large area right now instead of that smaller room. That's where Zarkozai kind of dropped you. Zarkozai's there. You can see the priestess has like walked about 10 paces away and has like her hand on her hip, looking a little impatient. But you can't really see anything else beyond that. You see that the room covered in webs, but you can't see inside of it. She's like blocking.
So I don't even know.
And I think you're also just kind of still like.
I think I'm still like keeping my
like-
composure for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you. I think. Are we going to die? Is this the next step? What are we doing here? What do we do?
Okay, so the thing is that they kind of wanted a map of the school. It doesn't have to be
They
accurate.
want a map of the school.
I think we should.
Say that out loud.
God. 19.
Okay, cool. She doesn't seem to react.
A map
cool,
of
man.
the school that we go to.
Yeah, they is the price for getting you back.
Right.
Yeah.
A
You're
price.
welcome.
That sounds fair to me. That is a fair price. My life for blueprints of the school.
Well, just a map.
I can do
Just a
that.
map. We don't have to give like everything.
I can do that.
It's like industrial blueprints,
Somehow.
like super detailed. Yeah, I assume you want to try to deceive.
I mean, yeah.
Theodûir?
Yeah.
That seems
I'm
like
gonna
what's going
fake
on
it.
here. Go for it. Yeah.
We should probably tell them about all of the dragons that are
So-
guarding every single doorway.
Do you want a deception check, or what is this? Just deception.
Deception. So are you gonna are you just telling her that you can do it, or are you starting to explain
'cause
or
they
draw a
wanna
map?
draw
Like,
it,
how do you
right.
want to? Well, they just want one, and you
Right,
don't
we don't-
currently
yeah,
have a map of the school. You have a map of the levels above, but you don't have
Yeah.
right
So
the
I would-
school.
Yeah.
So unless
I'll
you
do-
want to
I'll
physically draw it,
explain,
it's
and
up
then
to
I'll
you.
just start doing it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
And
great.
I'll just deceive it.
Yeah, roll me deception.
So I got a 16 on my deception. And I'll say,
Okay,
well, I mean,
great.
obviously I don't have a map on me, but I have an excellent memory, and I am a prestigious auteur of drawing, as it were. So, of course, boom, and the sphere comes out, and he'll just start here we go, here
Start
is
to draw,
the
yeah,
school
great.
that I go to.
I'm gonna try to help him of
Here he
getting
is.
random rooms in the wrong spots and everything.
He is Tony and his wife.
I wanted
what
to
are you
help
doing, Valqwyn?
deceive.
Okay. So when you do that, you feel Constance say,
Tell no falsehood.
and you take
Oh.
3
Ew.
psychic damage.
It's for the greater good.
And you kind of wince almost ugh, it's
Yeah.
obvious that you were trying to lie, and the sword sort of scolds
I'd
you.
also like to help deceive. if I can.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're just assisting him, then he just
Cool.
rolls with advantage.
Awesome.
Okay.
If you want to make a different deception, then you can
No,
tell me
I'm just assisting.
what's different about yours.
Well, I got a mod 20.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll again. Okay.
Do I just roll
cool.
again, and we'll take the better result?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, I got a better result.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
that's 22.
Bam.
Total. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Or, yeah, 22.
Awesome. So you just want to start drawing it? In what ways are you deceiving her? What are you lying about the order of the rooms? Are you lying about what are in the rooms?
I
You know
think-
what I mean?
That's a great question. I feel like, yeah,
mean, it's just for
honestly,
flavor,
I
but,
think I'm
what do
making it all up. It's not even.
It's not even
it's
remotely
not
accurate.
even,
Total crap. Interesting.
I think
Okay,
it might
great.
match
Maybe that's
kind
why
of
you
where
got such a
they,
good roll.
it might match
Right.
the entrances to the school, but as far as what's beyond
Right.
those doors, it's all just
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So they won't know it's a lie until they get into the school and are turning the thing upside down.
basically.
Those.
So you guys were just listening to, or you were feeding the Drow priestess this whole long dissertation about the map, and we made the point that as you, since both Valqwyn and Jrmi assisted, as they're asking these intensely specific questions about which doors are locked and how many paces is it to this, you guys are piping in oh, this and that, right? So because you just work so perfectly as this lie making machine, they just buy it completely. You guys have lied so many times to get out of trouble that you're perfect at it, right? You're all synchronized in what you lie about. The two of you simulate a short argument at one point about no, it's this room is down there. No, I thought it was this.
Right.
And it's fake. It's all fake. But it looks so real.
Love it.
And she's taking it all down. And just finds
Oh,
it
yes.
hook,
Yeah.
line,
Oh,
and sinker.
wow. We're getting so many
Oh,
details.
okay, good. This is an important distinction, yeah. It takes the better part of an hour to go through the whole thing, and she eventually is very pleased. You can see that the Drow mage has almost a holographic, in sort of illusion magic, a projection of this map that's
Awesome.
total bullshit. Looking at it, you know that it's
oh.
not real at all. But it looks legit, because he seems very convinced.
That's
They probably
perfect.
know.
Love
There's
it.
probably like fake master quarters for us each personally. Like we each have like our
Yeah,
own.
is there anything stupid that you add in there?
Just like a
that,
candy pinata. In
when it's
every room.
obvious that they're buying it, like
ball
you put
pit.
like a candy room or like
It's a ball pit.
And this is my
the
room.
hole with all the dead drow trophies in it.
Oh
Yeah,
god. I hate that hall. I can never walk down it.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Great. So they just sort of absorb it, and at no point do they like tell you what they're doing it for. But like every once in a while, when you say like, "Oh, there's this thing there," she'll like look over at the mage. They'll kind of like nod or like, oh, "What do you want to?" Don't worry about it.
We'll talk
Like,
about it later.
As though they're planning something. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's either gonna really help them or
great.
really not help them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, probably not help them,
not.
considering.
Well, I mean, when we get back, we can
Yeah.
also like tell Gygax or like professors anything. Be like, so you might want to put up some extra warnings at the doorways just to let you know.
Yeah,
Get pest control
Yeah,
on
some
this.
anti-drow like
Yeah.
traps, right? Like
Jesus.
like cockroaches. Like, oh, what's in here? Spider stuff. I love spider. Ah! Right. Okay, great. So what do you guys do once you get all that sorted?
Okay, so we still have one
They're happy with
person that we need to unstone.
Well, he's not really a person right now, but
Well, that's
we
not
still need him
important.
to
He's still
be
part of our party.
unstoned.
Yes, I am forgetting. Can you?
He has a name.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Sarkozai the Powerful.
And Almighty.
Oh, yes, I like that. I like.
Would you mind getting our other friends so that they can... Can I do a
Oh no!
9?
Wait, hold on.
I gave him a nickname.
How about if I go with you? I got
Oh,
a
you
16.
did. Okay, yeah, I think because of that, maybe you like repeat like the powerful, right? Like
and
back
Almighty.
at him. And he'll-
Very well. Remain here.
and he'll skitter away. Another awkward 20 minutes of you guys standing around with the drow. Is there anything you talk to them
You
about?
should tell him that one part about the decimation of the kingdom of...
Yes.
She looks over at you
Thousands of years ago.
and begins her like weird monologue.
But since it's
again.
about like high elves being
About-
awful, he's just like, oh.
Yeah, they're about like how the high elves betrayed the drow and
I think
pushed them
Theodûir is just kind of
underground
like,
and how...
that's not what happened. He's not saying it, but he's like, yeah.
It's kind of like listening to like racist grandpa.
Oh,
like,
God.
Sure.
Any day now,
Sure.
right?
Can I have more lemonade?
And then after 20 minutes, Sarkozai will return and again.
He's so strong.
And one day when the darkness will... Oh, okay. And Sarkozai comes back down and spits moss out. Petrified on the
You're
ground.
so strong, Sarkozai.
Are we sure we want to unpetrify him?
Well, he's
Might
a little
be-
too heavy to carry
right
at this
here?
point.
Yeah, we should put... Is the rope still around? Is he still collared up?
Oh, yeah, he's got his leash, but I think the leash is like stone. Maybe he's like
Right.
partially wrapped in it, so like you have to
Okay.
unpetrify him to like get
Can
the
Can you
leash
hang
back.
on to
Yeah.
the leash so that when it's not stone, he doesn't freak
I'll hold him
out?
down. Yeah, I'll absolutely hold him
Okay.
down.
He sometimes doesn't
Okay, great.
understand to not attack stuff.
Yeah, he gets a little
He's-
slobbery.
You want
Yeah,
this
it's a long
creature.
story.
Unfortunately, I mean, you know, he's another party member just.
I know.
puts your finger on it. Spiders go out from his face. Moss just like bites.
Oh,
Just
God.
instantly tries to bite her. I mean, why wouldn't he? That's his whole
true.
thing.
Oh,
he hits
God! I give him a hard bop on
okay,
the nose.
a little bit of
I'm
damage.
just like, hey.
She will like pull her finger back. You have him
Yeah,
held,
yeah.
right? So you can't like lunge at her.
A little bop and go, Moss, Moss,
was
no.
still in fight zone, though,
no.
Let me see. What should I do to Moss?
Oh, God.
How should I kill Moss? Right?
The spiders go in through his throat instead.
So it bites. He bites her, and she like pulls her finger back and like curses in Drow, you know, like Meyer or whatever, and then like pulls onto her belt and pulls out this whip.
Oh, God.
That you guys have seen coiled there, and it's got like 3 heads, and they each end in these hissing snakes. And she like pulls it back like she's gonna whip him. Do you guys do anything?
I'm standing right there like, I'm in the way, don't do it. Ah, I didn't do it.
Give me a persuasion.
Both? 15.
Okay. What do you say,
I
Val?
was like, okay, no, he didn't mean it. I'm sorry, he was already in fight mode. I will definitely punish him worse than that later. Don't you worry. Do you see these spikes? Yeah, I promise.
She raises an eyebrow, like in a "you'll punish him" way, and then brings the whip back down.
Trigger word.
Yeah, right. Yep. She's into it, man.
Right,
She's
you
really
can tell.
into it.
It's that hat.
She kind of like lashes it, it coils itself, and puts it back on her belt. The spiders keep crawling across Moss, and he's like trying to kill them. Just going nuts. But you have him held, so he's fine.
It's just writhing.
So you want to take his leash,
Trying to
right?
dope him up.
Yeah. So Susan, I'm just gonna hand the leash to Jrmi. Just be like, you deal with him now.
Cool. Mother Vorsha will just sort of like look at you, nod, turn, and then go back into her room. Like transaction.
Thank
completed.
you.
Mother
Thank
Vorsha.
you.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
her name.
Can I
Yeah,
do a
Mother
history check
Vorsha
on Mother
is her name.
Vorsha?
Vorsha.
Yeah,
If
go for it.
I don't know if I know. 11.
You read the name somewhere, and you remember like thinking it was important. You took some class on like Elven history or something like that, right? And you read the name as like you think that she's like local to the area. And God, there was something about her that was important. And then like you can't remember what it was. It had something to do. Yeah, you just don't remember.
But I know. There's something
Yeah,
important.
something about it.
There's
seems
something
The entire time
important
she's sitting there
about
like,
her.
Mother Vorsha. Mother
Yeah, when that
Vorsha."
name comes out, you're kind of like, oh God, why is that?
I need more.
And then you're like
Why is that
thinking
important?
about it.
Well, my
Yeah.
monster manual helped me with this. Oh, no.
Mother
no.
Vorsha.
Right, well, I gotta
Oh
go.
well, I'm sure it's nothing.
Happily striding away.
Do-do-do-do.
So it's just like
I got my
darkness
life. Here I
behind.
go.
I can move my limbs.
I did it myself.
Okay, great. So you guys are kind of like excited, like great, we did it, and then just the big purple coils of Zarko's eye come back around you.
Oh,
you
hey. We're like super used to it by now, but Theo's like, oh God. Oh, right,
Sorry.
right. Well, we're all together again. Moss, stop chewing on that.
He's like trying to chew on his leash, right? Like,
Hey,
he wants to go fight.
No.
so we still need a
He doesn't seem to understand or know that he was petrified, right? Like he's just instantly back.
we still need a roper's eye. For
From us.
Well, don't forget you have another obligation as well.
Yeah.
Have I not
You've
helped
been
you?
You
so
definitely.
helpful.
I mean, look how powerful you are. Yeah.
Oh, right. So,
I love that that's the one, like, token word he'll go for.
ooh, I have sorry, this is for you guys. So I have while we're like
Oh. Go ahead.
while we're riding
ahead.
back up on Zarko's eye's head, I want to message you guys. Right? That's with brains.
Yeah. It's telepathic.
Sending.
No,
message.
sending is the note.
Message.
but
I
message
think.
is just in head.
I think message is actually a quiet whisper. Like I think it's not a. You can send message. It has to be direct, but it's not like it's not mental. It's sending is mental. Message is like you whisper in their ear. Connection.
So we like.
But
we
it's
like
fine.
hear
I mean,
it, but
unless
no one
it's
else
a secret
can.
thing that you don't.
Well, I don't.
You
want
hear it
to
as though she
hear it.
whispered it to you, but I think it's technically
Yeah.
possible to be overheard, especially if you're like on his back, right?
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah, it is a whisper.
Phooey, I forgot something.
But what about the Starbucks? It's got to be so noisy. I mean, time it just right for
I
when
really
we
need a
go.
latte real quick, guys. Sorry.
It's called like Dark Bucks or something.
Yeah.
Dark Bucks.
Version of it, yeah, yeah.
We were joking while you were gone. We made the joke that even if they got the name right, the mind flayer could just be saying still getting like a announcement.
And then apologizing for
just
hurting
blood
them. Oh,
coming out of
sorry.
it.
So it's like, no, just stop.
Yeah, it's just they can't help but flay minds. Like that's their whole thing, right? They just constantly flaying the minds, man. Yeah. I like that his name is J-Off as well. It's like the horrible spelling of J-Off.
Spelled Jeff.
Geoff.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that or it's like spelt in like weird eldritch letters, right? Like it's pronounced Jeff.
Yeah.
And it's like horrible. And she's like writing these arcane runes on the side of the cup. Yeah. and like looking at it like drives you mad. Like,
Arcane runes number 4. Arcane runes number 4.
Indecipherable alien scrawls.
Is that? Oh, me. Thank you. Are you sure it's soy?
This
Okay,
tentacle
cool.
opens up from a portal and just grabs it. And disappears.
Postmates.
Some dude in the t-shirt's just like, oh yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All these creatures around. Anywho.
Great. Dungeons and Dragons, you guys. Did you want to talk at Dark Bucks or what's the plan here?
No, you
So
said
it's
you
real?
forgot something?
Okay, yes. If it's real, then
I
yes.
did.
It really is.
We can talk about it later. Shadowrunner donated a bunch of money. That way we would have like nat 20s and things. And I forgot to mention it.
My god.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we'll do it for next
Shout
session.
out
Sorry,
to
Shadowrunner.
Shadowrunner.
That's why I wanted to put Patient Monolith in this
Yeah.
episode because I was like, oh man, Patient Monolith. But next week we will have them. I totally forgot, dude. I'm sorry. But yeah, everyone's got like 3 nat 20s and a bunch of healing
my
and a bunch of stuff.
God.
Donated a bunch of money. Yeah.
Aw, he's the
Because
best.
he's the best.
Okay.
He's the best.
That's true.
But we'll do it next time. That way I can get that distributed. Sorry, Betty. Trust me, they'll need it.
Sweet.
Sweet.
What's the plan?
Oh god.
I want to message to you
this
guys
lag.
and say like, is it bad still for you?
I'm back. You're good.
Okay. It's like only a tiny bit occasionally for us, so like it's
Yeah.
not.
Okay. Here, let me turn off my phone. Okay. Go
So I
for
want
it.
to message to you guys and say like, however messages this takes me to do, but like, so we have to help him kill this dragon. I think that maybe we should like play up his being powerful, and maybe like we can like
Talk him
know.
into fighting it himself.
kind of, but like we'll support him, and then like I can always try, and if we hide, we can like cast like sleep on us, or I don't know, like we could try and just sneak away. I don't know.
Well, we can try
Or
to
play
pit them
dead.
against each other. Yeah.
Let me look at message because I don't know how much.
I
you-
doubt
this
we can do
conversation
any of
have on his
this.
back.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys could respond. Is the thing, but in like tiny words is what I'd like to be like. We should try and like disappear, play dead, use his ego to make
Yes.
him fight.
Well, I feel like the dragon's gonna be big enough too. We can hide behind it. Be like, Zarkozai over here! Oh no!
Oh, the target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you
Okay,
can
cool.
hear. Yep.
Awesome.
Great.
Cool. So yeah, you can be like pointing it around and like
Different people.
having, yeah. You can't like all converse. You'd have to like go through Jrmi. So I feel like it's a lot of like Theodûir said that he feels like like you're this weird conduit. It's like telephone, but it keeps getting messed up.
Yeah.
Like Theodûir's really mad at you.
We're
Like,
just glaring at each other from behind Zarkozai's back.
yeah.
When we have a plan figured out, I'll also message to Moss too. I don't know if he would respond or get it, but I'll still
Okay.
like fill him in on the plan just in case.
Yeah,
Moss
sure.
throws in there.
I think you get like a weird like fragmentary like it sounds like Moss, but he's kind of like he'll be like, okay, sounds good, right? Like you get like little bits of the badger like breaking into his speech pattern. You guys are on Zarkozai's back and you're like slaloming through the dungeon, right? There's one you come through one area where the cult was before. And now they kind of have stopped, and they're like going, and they're like looking in the hole, like what? They're like as you go by again.
It's been like
right?
the third time through. So.
Yeah, he's come through. Yeah. And then finally, you kind of arrive back in the chamber where you were, and he sort of deposits you off the side and is looking.
Are you ready?
Cool.
Or is there more preparation you must do?
Well, we do technically have one more thing that we have to do, but I don't know. What are you
Two
guys
more
think?
things.
We do it, yeah. Well,
One more thing.
one more thing on this level.
Yeah.
One more.
Well, yeah, because the bloodstone chest is associated
Right,
with this.
yeah.
Like you think if you go,
Yeah.
so you have 2 more tasks. You have to get a roper's eye, and you have to deposit the box, which still no one has opened. Just in case you were
Surprisingly.
curious about what's inside.
Valqwyn
of
has
it.
definitely completely forgotten about it. She's like, no, we just have one thing. It's one thing.
Yeah.
Thing. Well, 3 more. One
No.
of them is opening that.
Any more.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I like how
No.
Theo would just like kind of be reaching for a bag. She's like, no,
That-
no.
I want to know what's inside.
I will make a tiny hut and I will sit in it and you will not be invited in.
Gygax wants us to look. You know he does.
I don't
He
know
gave
that.
it to us because
I
he
don't
wants
know
us to
that.
look.
His eyes get wide and mad with fury. I have
We
to.
never should have brought you back.
You need me and you
Whoa.
know it.
I also love the fact that
Whoa.
Valqwyn's so much bigger, she's probably just holding them apart. And there's like,
You like touch him. Anyway.
We're like
Moss is
screaming
humping
about
your
it
leg
on the back
furiously,
of
right?
the-
Like,
oh no, we're already dropped.
full of anger and energy, but doesn't know what to do with it, right? Like,
He's
like I just want
picking
to
up-
attack things.
He's picking up on the energy. Yeah.
yeah. Does like the bark and like looks at you like,
Did I do good?
Are we good? Are we good? Yeah.
I gotta fight.
So okay, here's what I think is a plan. Let me know how you feel about this. I don't know if I need to make it like some sort of persuasion. You let me know.
Tell me what you say, and then we'll
So since you guys know about each other, we thought that like we'll hide on one side and you create a distraction, and then we sneak in there.
They're synonyms. They mean
Yeah,
the same.
well, I'm 12.
You're a little
vocabulary
cheeky there,
is real
Zark's
tiny.
Eye.
And we sneak in.
Well, sorry, he'd have to go like they're synonyms. They mean the same.
And then we can sneak
Never.
in and surprise him because he or she doesn't know about us. She doesn't know about us and won't know what we are. Or we can do the Wookiee routine. What do you guys think?
What kind of?
I don't know what that.
I don't understand this reference.
Huh?
I've never seen that or any movie.
This thing's a behemoth, right? Or what is it called?
They're
This?
both.
A Bahir.
This thing is a behir, is what it's called.
Bahir, yeah.
Behir, like
It's like a big-
Behir. So it's like long, like a sort of a lizard-like
It's like a
creature, kind of like a,
long reptile
reptile
kind of,
centipede. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's got 8 legs and like a
And-
big horned head and like shoots lightning.
What's the name of the one in Neverending Story? The one that flies?
It's
Like a
Falcor.
dark version of Falcor.
It's kind of like that, but like much uglier.
Not a dog.
Yeah, like kind of
Oh, yeah.
purpley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like
I just still keep
dragon-
imagining the like
What kind of dragon is it?
whiskers though. I'm just like, aww.
Is it what kind of dragon is it?
It's a blue dragon.
Blue dragon.
Thraxokar?
is her name.
Do we?
Yeah.
So
And so the
can I just
conceit
do,
is
like,
that they
a-
both deal
Lightning.
lightning damage and are
nature
both
check.
like immune to lightning, so that's kind of why they're at a stalemate. Yeah.
can I do a nature check on these creatures? I just want to see like, will we sway this fight, or are we just like
No.
walking into like a
They're
dragon's
both
like gonna
exceptionally
slaughter
We
us,
already
isn't
kind of
it?
did
Yeah,
this
they
last
both
time.
will.
Like, there's no way that we can really do. So we're just trying to pit them against each other, sneak in, put the
Well-
thing in the box, and then like sneak out
Hopefully
or pretend to die.
jump on the rope.
You can make a check if you want, Theo. There's some information. You did a check last time about Behirs. You didn't do a check about the
Right.
dragon.
All right, so I'll do a check about the
Yeah.
dragon just to see like.
Do you want to use your monster manual?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
Okay, 18.
Woo.
Okay. It's a blue. Yeah, you think that basically the dragon on its own was probably like it's tougher than you, and the trick is here is that dragons come in sort of different size categories. So the older they get, the
stronger
more
they
powerful
are,
they
yeah.
get, right? And the question is like, how old is this particular dragon? Talking to Zarkozai, you can get the sense that it would fall into the category of a young blue dragon, which is more powerful than you, but actually less powerful than the Behir. The Behir is more powerful than the dragon, but because of the elemental thing, it just needs that extra edge. So it would probably thrash you if you fought it alone, but as Jrmi pointed out, like, if you can, like
We'll chip away at it.
it would be
so,
very
like,
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it would be very difficult for you to take this thing on your own if you were like drawing aggro from it, but probably the Behir is
Draw
gonna
the aggro. Hopefully.
draw the aggro. Hopefully, in terms of numbers, because again, this is something the Monster Manual would have. The Behir is challenge rating or CR 11, appropriate for an 11th level party. The young dragon is CR 9, so it's still above you, but
And
lower
we're
than
CR
the Behir.
5. Yeah.
Right?
You're 5.
So
yeah,
like,
okay,
okay.
yeah. So it's tough. Like that dragon
Will not be an easy
Good.
takedown.
Yeah, that lightning breath it's got is not your friend.
So do we
Yeah.
want? All right. Are we going to do it?
We need to get the roper
We
eye
really gotta
first,
fight it
I'd
then.
say. Yeah.
We need to what?
We should get the roper's eye first.
I mean, I think we're trying to like fight it as little as possible. Okay, so we need to figure out how we're having this conversation.
Yes. Well, I'm cool
Zarkozai, give
not
us a
to
sec.
fight. I'm fine not fighting it.
I didn't hear what did you say, Cody?
I mean, we could be messaging, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah.
But you're standing there. He's
We're
looking
having
at
it
you.
out.
Like you can't just be like
What?
back and forth, like all silently.
Well, I guess I could have been just like looking that up in the manual or whatever.
Does everybody speak a language Zarkozai doesn't speak?
Not in
I
common.
speak Halfling is the only other thing.
Halfling, undercommon, and
You speak only Halfling?
oh, I speak
And
Elvish.
common.
Yeah, I don't speak
You and I
Halfling.
both speak Elvish.
Yeah, I don't speak Halfling
Elven,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't speak Halfling either? Do you
No.
speak Halfling?
Okay, so that's not an option
No.
then.
He and I could understand each other, but then she'd just be in the dirt.
I don't think.
Well, I
you
mean, who
speak
knows what he
anything
speaks
but
to?
Common and Draconic. You know, he's not very smart
Okay.
comparatively
So
speaking.
probably just common, hopefully.
Yeah, Common and Draconic. Yeah.
Well, we have more schoolwork to do.
Oh yeah, we're talking about homework.
We have more schoolwork to do, don't we?
We do have some more homework we gotta do.
Are we doing this now, though? We are doing it now, right? Or
We still really need to get that roper's eye.
we do?
Yeah.
So you're not ready.
Not yet. Soon.
Persuasion.
Oh, 8.
How much longer do you expect me to wait?
I mean, like either way, we have to go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he gonna take us to where we have to go, basically?
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
put
he'll
the thing
take
in
us
the
there.
thing.
To put the thing in the thing.
The thing in the thing.
Are we all healed up and stuff? Like, do we want to
Oh yeah, maybe
rest
we
and get
could-
to that point? And
maybe
then,
we should
and then
rest.
Just get it
Yeah.
over with?
That's actually I have used some spells.
So we want to get the roper's eye after we fight the dragon?
Yeah.
I just don't know if we'll get a chance because we don't know what this blood chest will do. Because, like, once we put it in there, we can, like, disappear up the rope and then have the professors, like, come get us or something. Or, like, maybe it'll just transport us back up to the school once we get it in there. Because we have no idea where the box is at.
Yeah, you can potentially do that. You do know that you're not supposed to leave the level you're on. So if you pull the rope when you're down there, you'll get in. I mean, it's better than being killed by a dragon, but you might get in trouble, right? At least from the professor.
Because he didn't want anyone to know that we were doing that too.
Exactly,
So like we'd
yeah.
have to get out of there.
It's a secret mission. Yeah.
What if we
And then-
convince him for us to rest, and then we can have like
Or do you know if there's any ropers? Because we just have to kill a roper and get its eye. Do you know what a roper is?
Ropers.
Because that's like one of our last things that we had to do.
You roll a natural 1.
Do you not have rope? I don't understand this word in common.
He'll kind of look at you, Theodûir, and then in Draconic be like, "What rope? What do you mean? What does rope mean in common?" Right? Like he's confused.
we'll have like this draconic exchange of like it's not
Yeah.
a rope.
And it just sounds like it's like all these like clicks and hisses and like dragon sounds. Yeah.
And Jrmi and I are just like, are they angry at each other? I don't know what's happening.
like we're like actually like
He doesn't know what
draconic,
that
but then we
means,
end with
yeah.
a laughter. Like it's like
And he like pats you on the shoulder, right? Like,
he gets it now. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Okay.
Crap. Okay. Well,
We do need before
there
we fight a
are
dragon.
3 more doors in this chamber, if
Yeah.
you remember, right?
there's
You
the
only went through
maze
the
one. There's the. It's a ram's head one.
You did the that's the
Yeah.
Gorgon's head one that you spun around. There's one that looks like a door, like where there should be a door, but it's totally blank. And there's one that has like some kind of an orb or a
Orb,
sphere
that's what
kind of
it
sticking
was,
out of
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And the maze one.
All right.
We will need to rest before we fight a dragon, I think, right?
We will, yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I
But-
kind of just want to be like, okay, so the last part of our homework is killing a roper and getting its eye, and we're hoping that it's in one of these doors. So if once we do that, then we have to rest so we're at full health and
And
can
power.
be the most use to you. Does this sound okay? Can I do a persuasion check?
Persuasion. Yep, go for it.
Go.
No.
Oh yeah.
We're fine.
It's okay.
16.
Okay.
Very well. I will permit you to rest and recover this item. Perhaps it will make you more powerful.
Yes,
you fight the
powerful
dragon.
is good.
Yes.
Because we're not as powerful as you. We need to get stronger.
Yes, I understand. It must be difficult to be so puny and mortal.
It is just right by you. We're basically nothing.
Then hurry up.
And he disappears down the crack. Yeah. It's gone. It's like slurped up like spaghetti. Just gone.
Purple ugly spaghetti with lightning.
Great. Yeah, you guys are alone in this this chamber with the big hole in the floor. After about 10 seconds after he disappears, you hear like underneath he starts to plot again. Yeah.
I don't think I want to be an adventurer anymore.
I give it up. I made it to 12
I like the idea
years
that that's
old.
what this is meant to do, is like convince, like, isn't being an adventurer stupid? You should be a banker, right? Like, let's go to business school.
Just be a banker like the rest of my 8 siblings.
Right, what do you want to do?
Which room should we go in to?
I want to try the one that doesn't look like it's
door.
actually a door.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Keep
Okay.
that shit down.
Great. So the Gorgon room was in the north. This one is like the southern part of the room, so you kind of like work your way back
Cool.
around over there. Yeah, it is just like a slab of gray stone.
May I
do
do
you
a
wanna do?
perception to see if I can see any like symbols around the doorway or anything? 15.
Describe to me how you search this thing. Are you just like looking at it? Are you?
I'm kind
investigating?
of like running my hands around the like edge to see if I feel like any nooks and
Cool.
crannies that can be pushed in.
Great. So you like kind of put your fingers there and start to run them along, and then you realize your hands are stuck.
Oh no.
The door is like extremely adhesive, at least the part that you touched, and you're kind of like, you can't really get your
Oh,
hands
God.
off. What do you want to do?
Guys,
It's fly paper.
What?
I can't get my hands off the door.
I'll come around the corner.
What was your perception,
15.
by the way? 15. You also notice that when your hand kind of gets stuck, the whole door, like very subtly, like it looks like stone, but it kind of like undulates, like it's not really made of stone.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Guys.
Are you cube?
I'll come around the corner, and I'll do an Arcana check.
Sure, go for it.
That is a 13.
Okay. It's magical. It's definitely magical, but it's not a spell and it's not a monster. It's almost like an unfinished spell, if that makes sense. It's like someone cast a spell on this piece of stone or something, and like stopped the spell halfway. So it's kind of like stuck in between states, if that makes sense. So like that's like a weird magical theory thing you've encountered before. But yeah, you think that whatever is holding Val there is magically holding her there. She may be able to pry herself loose, but it will take some strength, obviously.
Right.
Can I do like a nature check on the surface?
Sure. Do you want to use your monster manual?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a very Zarkozai read on that.
18.
18. Yeah, it's not this because it doesn't have the traits of it necessarily, but it very much reminds you of a mimic.
Okay.
Is Moss gonna try to chew it?
Do you say this out loud?
Yeah.
Theodûir, you suddenly have a flash of your birthday and getting devoured by a mimic birthday
And
present.
we're all there and I go, oh god!
He's probably just sitting there, like, in silence for a
Staring.
second.
Whenever anyone says 13 or birthday or mimic, you're like, oh god.
The distant stare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just staring for 1,000 miles. Yeah.
Great. What do you want to do?
I want to grab my phone really quick because my spellbook's there, so one sec.
Oh, okay. It's like Valqwyn like pulls out her phone, like,
No hands.
help, Dad, I'm stuck.
What would you do?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
Did you try to just pull
What do you wanna
your
do?
hands? Just try.
I should try to pull my hands off. I'm gonna like pry myself with my foot on the like other side of the door. On the door
Okay, so
frame.
you put your foot on
on
the...
the door frame.
But you were running your hands along the
I
frame.
was,
So
that's
you put that
true.
foot on the door, and now your foot's stuck. Give me a strength with disadvantage, please.
So that would be Okay. 19.
Okay, yeah, you're able to like pull yourself free. And you're standing there, and the door kind of like, and then goes back to looking like perfect stone again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can I try to finish the spell?
I don't think you have the
okay.
spell.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana.
I mean, I have no idea what the spell is, so yeah.
Make another
Is that-
Arcana if
okay.
you want.
Cool.
Try to figure it out.
Oh, 23. I rolled pretty good.
You think it's a version of the spell Stone Shape,
Stone shape?
which I think is like a 5th level spell, and I don't know if sorcerers have access to it. Let me look. But yeah, I don't think you know it, so I don't think you'd be able to finish it, right?
So what were they?
'cause
Can I
you
guess what they were trying to do? Were they trying to like make what is? I don't even know.
I
what
think to
stone shape
create
does,
this
I
effect.
guess.
Yeah, like to make it sort of like Stone Shape is a spell that lets you kind of like mess with stone, like move it aside and push it around. So it looks like they like started to like activated Stone Shape to make it kind of like malleable, and then kind of canceled the spell. So it remains malleable, but they didn't like move it aside or like open it in any way, right? Like,
Yeah.
does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like they turned it into goop, but then left it as goop and didn't.
I wonder if we
mess
could
with
just
it.
force our
Yeah.
way through.
If my ram ring had any charges left, I'd try and ram it, but I don't have any until tomorrow. And I don't know when tomorrow is.
Oh, yeah, because you used all 3, huh?
Yeah, on the bull, I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have access to the spell Stone Shape, but it's like a cleric spell. So, but you're familiar with the concept.
So we could try
Do I
another
think
door for
that
now
we
and
could like
tomorrow.
Yeah.
force our way through? Maybe.
Possibly. I mean, that's not something that would be covered in your magical knowledge, but it's a solid theory. Well, it's an amorphous theory.
Because I could just also try and break it too, but like again, we'd have to wait till tomorrow when I get those back.
Yeah. So we can try like the maze one or the orb one. Yeah.
All right.
What you feeling?
Or we
Up
can't
to you.
just like hammer through it, but then like what if our stuff
I
gets
mean,
stuck?
like,
Exactly.
what if we just like push through it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but
if it's
I
gooey,
don't want to get stuck
if
in a
it's-
wall.
Yeah, I don't know how
gelatinous.
thick it is. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's.
If you want to try and shove your arm through there, go for it. Cody.
Yep.
My arm? What could ever happen to my arm? I've never had anything bad happen to my arm before. Theodûir, the high
Those of you who did not play
this
in our
world.
previous D&D campaign, Cody's wizard lost his arm in a chest of annihilation. And so now he is debating. whether or
Also,
not
the
this sorcerer's arm in
in
a
an
door of
improv
annihilation.
show that features a D&D setting,
Oh, yeah.
the character I played lost his arm as well.
Oh god.
Yeah. So I think you kind of have
Yeah,
to do it,
power of threes.
just in case you lose your
Just
arm.
in case.
Just on the off chance.
It's on
I
brand
really
for you.
have
This
to
is
do
your
it.
thing.
Luke Skywalker.
I am Luke Skywalker, yeah.
That's true. Canonically.
I don't know, man.
It's like the really
this sounds
asshole
kind of crazy
twin brother
now.
of Luke Skywalker.
I think it might.
What, did we shame you into you not doing it?
Huh?
Did we shame you into not
I mean,
doing
I feel
it?
weird.
Like, oh, now I
Like,
feel
now I'm
so-
worried. Now he's worried. He's gonna. Now Cody's worried that another character is gonna lose his arm. You know, like that's kind of the thing. Like,
This is like, oh, it's just because it's me.
Right, but you
Yeah,
have to
like the
remember that
zeitgeist of it.
Theodûir does not know
No.
any of those things. Like, Theodûir didn't like read about
right?
Zemkare.
No, Theodûir has no
and his,
idea
like, yeah.
about
They're like
Cody the
distant
player.
relatives somehow.
Like
Right,
Cody
yeah.
the player. Yeah. Yeah, Theodûir's into it. He's into it.
Okay,
He's into it.
go for it. So what do you do? Describe it to me.
He's just gonna see if he's gonna put his hand against it and it's gonna get stuck, right?
Mhm.
He's gonna see if he can like push his way through. Like if it can get farther in. It's going.
Just like suck up your arm.
Ah!
Okay, I want to see. I'm gonna see. Like, do I feel another? Like, does it get free ever on the other side, or is it just?
Yep. Still thick. Still thick.
But it's easy. I
Still
can do
thick.
it.
Now you're up to your shoulder.
I'm gonna stop.
Oh,
I'm stopping.
God.
I'm stopping.
And then just as you get to your shoulder, you feel like your like middle finger like breaks
Uh-huh.
through.
Oh god.
I think it's about the length of your arm.
Wait.
Ah.
Wait a second. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! You guys! You have to come! You have to help! No! And then he pulls himself through.
Oh my god,
What do you guys do?
You did it to yourself.
So that's what you guys see. You guys see Theodûir.
You're on your
as if
phone.
he's like,
Hold on.
can I do a deception check to like?
Finish this tweet. Yes, please do.
The only time you ever joked with us
Okay, good. I got a 21 on my
does not land because we weren't expecting it at all. You changed when you died.
Jrmi, what do you do?
Just screaming, oh my god.
Moss bites you on the leg and starts to like frantically pull you back. Like, yeah.
I don't know. Should we help him? I don't know. Something will grab us too. What the hell?
So yeah, Theo, you're like getting pulled in, like, and your like face goes through the wall, right? Like,
You see my other hand. It's like reaching like.
You flick us off, right?
oh, I love it. Moss, in his like terror to get you, gets his head stuck in the door, and is then just like scrabbling and clawing.
Are you laughing on the other side?
He's just maniacally laughing.
It's really quiet. right, like.
Oh, you can hear it, maybe.
Oh, what the hell?
Super quiet. Moss suffocates and dies. What do you guys do?
Yeah.
There's the end of Moss. Again, he
Well,
died.
the ropers are anyway.
I guess we can just
go
call
fight
it
a
quits.
dragon.
Go bite the dragon. Moss will, he'll just kind of like push his way through, like burrows through, like his natural badger burrowing instincts like activate. And he just like rockets
He
through.
actually burrows through 3 levels.
I'm done.
Yeah. And he winds up next to the dragon. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up Jrmi and shove
great.
her through and be like, well, there's something on the other side. Go!
You're gonna do like this guy. Like... yeah, cool.
Big
Push her
sigh.
through.
I'm gonna just be like, all right, here we go.
Just go walk in. Cool.
Your armor deteriorates.
Oh God. Come through just my
Yeah,
armor.
great. So you guys can kind of step through. Theo, you were the first one, and like it's weird. Like you feel like it's all this thick gunk, but then when you step through, it completely peels off, and you're like not wet or anything. Like it just you're exactly normal.
Ready.
Yeah.
It gels your
Me
hair
too.
perfectly though.
Oh.
So you're kind of hit by this like warm glow when you come into the room. The area is lit by a fireplace, and you're basically standing in this extremely nice looking like sort of drawing room or like study. You can see that there's like the fireplace and like the pile of logs, and there's a mantelpiece, and there's like sort of leather upholstered furniture and bookcases and portraits and a globe and like a mini bar and like all these. It's this like super like
villain.
Victorian setting, like a hunting lodge. There's animal heads on the walls. You know what I mean? Like it's all kind of dark and lit by this light. It's totally at odds with everything else you've seen in the dungeon so far. And but it's deadly silent. Like just the fire as it crackles a little bit in the fire.
I feel like Valqwyn actually came through very like power stancy too, because she thought there was a monster on the other side. It's like I'm just like what?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What do you do?
I want to perceive some stuff around here.
Okay,
I'm
great.
gonna look for any signs of life.
13.
Yeah, you guys can make perception and investigation. If
I'll
you
do an
wanna sniff
investigation.
around.
9 perception.
Okay, great.
Aw, I always roll poopy on investigations. 7.
Okay. You got a
Yeah.
7, you said, Theodûir? So you guys are walking around. As I said, it's this sort of fancy-looking area. You were looking specifically for signs of life,
Yeah,
right,
I got a
Jrmi?
9.
9. Okay. What were you looking for?
I was
Val,
just doing a
in
general
particular?
perception because I'm like, wait, I was expecting a monster. What's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff: an armchair, ottoman, fireplace, all the things I sort of described. We're just kind of like scanning it. Everything is very still. So, Jrmi, you don't see any obvious signs of life. What are you looking for, Theodûir,
guess-
in particular?
It just seems like, I don't know. I was just doing an investigation.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no big hits.
So let me see.
It just seems like,
That's
is this
fine.
like a secret hiding place for someone? Like, I don't know. That's my first
Yeah.
guess, but yeah, I don't know. It's
8. 1 second.
I guess I maybe would want to find out who lives
Um,
here, I guess. An investigation.
So I think you do an investigation. You're kind of walking around, and you're like looking at like one of these like end tables, and they have this kind of fancy looking lamp with the like little like almost like a noir lamp that has the little like dangly things on it, and you just kind of idly look at it and go like push a few of them,
And when you do that, the lamp goes and tries to bite you. It'll make an attack, and then we'll.
All right, there it is.
The real mimic.
Yeah. See, like the
There it
lamp opens up and teeth come out, and here it is.
It was
ready to
so
get you.
pretty.
Brave little toaster. Why?
Oh God. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, it has disadvantage though because of your
does.
cloak, right? Yeah. Oh, I got an 18 and a crit, so I would crit you, but I won't. So 18 plus it's like 23.
Yeah,
To
totally.
hit, I assume hits you. Yeah. Great. You take 10 bludgeoning. No, it's the bite. So you take 10 piercing damage plus 1 acid damage as it just like chomps on you.
Nasty.
Great. Let's roll initiative.
Great.
12.
17.
17. Okay.
19.
I think probably Val. How'd you do, Theodûir?
19.
19. Okay. Theo is first. Theo, Val.
Jrmi got 17, I think. Right?
Swap them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got 12.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Oh, oopsies. I made it oopsie.
Let me guess, there's a question mark in
Jrmi.
there.
Now it's a mimic. You know what it is. You've seen it before. But guess who got last?
No. What do you get, like a 4?
Moss got last.
Moss.
Yes, both the mimic and Moss rolled a 4, but the mimic has a +1 to its dexterity, and Moss
Amazing.
does not.
There we
So
go.
Moss goes last. So Theo, this thing bit you. I mean, not grabbed or anything. It just kind of lashed out at you, and now it's this lamp, and it just has these fangs, and you see like the little like dangles that were there, like kind of grow out and stretch into these pseudopods, and it's just
So many memories from your
John
birthday.
Carpentering at you. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. I'll do shocking grasp on it then, since it's like right
Cool.
next to me. Yeah.
Yep. Go for it.
Great melee spell attack. So. It's not wearing armor made of metal, is it?
No.
It is
Great.
not.
Awesome. Is the melee and range the same or what, dude?
Melee? Yeah.
Yeah.
Should
okay. Great. 14.
14 will
All
do it.
right.
Give me that 10.
All right. Here it comes. 2 lightning damage.
Describe
It
this
can't take
for me.
reactions
So it bit
until the start
you.
of the next turn as well.
Good to know. It bit you, and then it kind of like pulled back.
So it's probably
and then where do you grab
it bit me way harder than I bit it. But I feel like that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Like it was like ow, you know, like one of those things. Like
Yeah. But it's a little bit blunted because when you stick your hand on it and shock it, you can't pull your hand back. It's adhesive. Yeah, so now your hand is stuck to it. Yeah, as you shock it. So maybe you're kind of like, and that's what sort of like, you don't get as much lightning because you're like freaking out stupidly. Right.
Damn it.
Awesome. As an action, then on your turn, you can try to pull your hand away.
I
But,
can't really move, I guess.
Great. Otherwise, you're Jason. You can still cast spells or things. You're just stuck to it now. Okay, great. You can't move. Unless you have a bonus action, we are on to Jrmi.
All right. Well, just I don't want to roll a perception or anything, but just do I see any other objects start to move at all?
You don't. It looks like it's this
Okay.
lamp. Yep.
Okay. I want to do shatter, but that'll get you in it, so I know kind of.
And that's painful.
It'll get
So boy, damn it! I will just
Wait, damn it.
use the rapier against the lamp.
Shh. Do it. Stab her.
10.
10. Okay, that will not
Oh,
hit
but it'll
it.
get stuck in it, right?
So you like trace a cut up one of these paintings right next to it, right? Like right through the portrait. Yeah.
Just as you're unsheathing it, just like, oh.
I haven't used one of these in a long time. I'm sorry.
You're just knocking shit over with it, right?
It's like a little too big for her. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely not half size rapier. Val, it is your turn.
I have seen poor Theo trying to get his hand off. Someone pull out my longbow.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hit it though. I got an 8.
Okay. You make 2 attacks though, right?
True, yes. So the first one does not hit. The second one doesn't either. They're both 8.
There's like not
So,
enough space.
so that portrait gets slashed, and then like we see the shot of the rapier goes by, and then thud, like 2 arrows come into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever
And it
that portrait
like
was.
tilts off of the hook and is now hanging there like ready to fall.
Yes. I'm in the back just like,
Cool.
Trying to hide my bow, just like
Wow, Moss. Wow, what a bad shot, Moss.
You guys are really taking it to that portrait over there, aren't
Moss,
you?
Like. Great. Well, you're grappled, Theo. So the monster gets advantage on its attack rolls against you. It's gonna lash out at you with its pseudopod. Oh, sure, but you have disadvantage to attack, so it just
normal.
equals out.
Yeah.
I got a 16. Does that hit you?
Yeah, it just hits.
I'm gonna use shield as a reaction and bump my AC up.
Great.
So it
Boom.
So it one of those like bangles that's hanging off of it like pulls back and lashes out at you, and you just. What does your shield look like when you?
Yeah, it's like the orb is there, it's floating always. My hand is stuck. It's probably weird because like. Usually he like throws it in front of him and like his hand's there. I don't know. It's like you get it.
I like that you like use your like a hair flip
Yes.
to like.
But it makes this like big hollow like Thor's hammer boom sound right as it
Yeah.
hits the shield. Great, you are protected. Okay, Moss, not understanding that you shouldn't touch it, hurls himself at it. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So he flies at it and sinks in his teeth. Cool, that's a hit. Oh, it's also a hit with the claws.
Yeah,
Good job, buddy.
come on, it's doing some damage.
So he just like, it lashes out at you and it goes boom, and you see like a moment of confusion on the mimic's like weird face, and then just abandon it, like just is on its face and just going to town. It takes a sizable amount of damage from Moss. Moss slashed it up. Great, and he's obviously stuck. Like now he's like intrinsically like part of the mimic, right? Great. It is your turn, Theo. You still have your hand stuck.
I'm going to. If I do Witch Bolt, do I have to roll disadvantage? Is that how that works? Because I'm like really close.
I don't think so. Oh yes, if you're adjacent to a target and use a ranged attack on them, then yeah, you have disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, Witch Bolt. Yeah, well, I think I still hit him. So that's 18. Yeah.
Yes, that'll
great.
do it.
Cool. So that's a D12. God.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't add anything. So it's 1 damage.
Oh no.
But it's okay. I'm gonna sustain it and
Zap.
keep that thing
There you
pumping.
go.
So
Pumping. Isn't it 2d12 for the first attack?
So
only when I make it a 2nd level spell.
Got it.
Which I didn't
up
do.
the level, yeah.
Because I don't want to.
So you zap it. It kind of like recoils a little bit, but is more like ow. What are you doing? Like it got a shock, right? Like touching a doorknob.
It'll start to hurt.
I'll chip away at it.
Great. Unless you have a bonus action, we're on to Jrmi.
I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers on the lamps.
Okay.
Here.
Great. Cool.
How,
Do you want to move? I assume you're just kind of like far enough
Yeah.
away. You're just kind of in the
do you
corner
need
of the
any
room.
kind of healing?
Right.
Are you
Yeah,
okay?
I am at 13.
So
But that's
I'll
like
also do Healing Word. No, wait.
That's like 90%
like most of it. So
Yeah.
I've been hit once. So
Yeah,
took
I'll
away
do
half
Healing
my
Word
health.
on you.
Healing word.
So you will get 9.
Cool. Yay. I'm back to full.
woo.
No, I'm just kidding.
So close though.
Almost.
Like not really.
Way past full. All right, Val, it is your
Awesome.
turn.
I'm gonna try some more lombo attacks. Let's see if anything happens. There we go. 16 and 14.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they'll both hit. Damage, please.
First one's 8. Second one's 3.
Okay, that's still pretty good. Awesome. All right, cool. 2 arrows like pin the pseudopods against the
Yeah.
wall, and then they like slide out around it, right? Like it obviously dealt damage, but it's the goopy monster. Cool.
Gross.
I assume you want to just stay where you
yeah.
are and be
Yep.
far away. Okay, cool. The mimic will focus his attention on Moss because the Moss is the one doing more damage to it.
What do you mean?
So he has advantage on this attack. He also doesn't have to roll disadvantage like normal. Oh, he misses
Oh,
Moss.
no.
So like Moss is on top and it's like trying to bite him right with his mouth. But Moss is just like in his mouth already, so like it can't really bite him very well. And like it's just this like paroxysm of like flesh and goop and fur and like yeah.
It'll
crazy.
take 8 damage.
Oh, great. Yes, that's right. Cool. It's actually looking pretty bad. Pieces of it are kind of being
Yeah.
torn off by these flying daggers. Moss is just going to town on this guy. That's a miss. and that's hits. So he hits with the claws, which is the more damaging one. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, it's looking bad. Theo.
Great. I'm going to keep that
Give him
Witch
some lightning.
Bolt going. Just pump it.
Do it.
3 damage.
Oh, chipping
Not nothing.
away.
Getting a little more every time. Yeah.
Unlimited
Unless you have but like, I don't
Yeah. It's like just making little tease. That's just like, God, stop wearing wool socks.
God, God,
Just like rubbing your feet back and forth.
Unlimited. I can do this forever.
Jrmi, it's your
I
turn.
will hand crossbow it.
Cool. Thwonk.
I won't hand crossbow it.
Doing.
You split one of the arrows on the portrait, and then it like,
cool.
and then it like falls, bonk, so no one sees it, right? Like, I did it.
I
And the
Robin
portrait
Hooded
fell.
it.
Yeah.
Robin did it. Who's Robin did?
Great. That's Jrmi. Val, it's
I'm
your turn.
gonna kick my longbow again.
You mean you Rael'd it?
Cool.
14. 12 will not hit, I'm gonna guess.
Fucking cheat.
Well,
Oh,
we'll hit,
perfect.
actually.
Alrighty, so the first hit is 9. Second one is 7. So that's 16 total.
Okay, great. Do you want to
I
describe?
do. I think I get the first one kind of on the other one pseudopause, then I ready the second one, just to take a little bit more time, and go right in its mouth right next to Moss.
Yeah, sure. Moss like, just an arrow goes by.
He just attacks the arrow.
It hits the mimic, and it just like dissolves into like just runny, sticky goop that kind of goes everywhere. Your hand is free, Theo. You're kind of looking at it, and then the room plunges into blackness.
Ooh. What?
And you're kind of sitting there, and it's like magic darkness. Even those of you with dark vision can't see. You're kind of like, what? Like a second later, the lights come back up. The lamp is back, and it's the lamp. And like none of you, like you're hurt or whatever, but the portrait is back with no slashes or arrows or anything in it. The room is exactly as it was. You still have your damage and everything like that. Moss is kind of like up on the counter, like up on the like end table, like, huh? But yeah, the room is exactly as it was.
No one touch anything.
For real, I'm gonna do another perception to see if I see anything different.
I'm
Cool.
gonna do perception to see if I can tell if anything's a mimic.
Doing the same perception.
Not
Okay.
20.
I want to do an
Great.
Arcana check.
7.
Okay.
Feel free to resolve these one at a time.
So yeah, you don't see anything different, Jrmi. It looks the same. Your mod 20, Valqwyn. I was like, what's your character's name? It looks almost the same, the chamber, except that there's a coat rack in one corner, and there was a hat that was like hanging on one of the hooks of the coat rack, and that's now on a different hook
Interesting.
than it was before. That's the only change. Otherwise, it's
Put it
exactly
to the
the
ground.
You were doing an
I got a
Arcana?
19.
Okay. Obviously a magical effect of some kind. But as to what it was exactly, you don't think it's an illusion. You do think it's like physical reality, like things are resetting themselves. It kind of reminds you a little bit of the doorway in that it's like a weird transmogrification or transmutation spell. That like something is like basically whenever a certain condition is met, the room kind of resets back to its normal form. So whatever damage is dealt to the objects in the room is like repaired, if that makes sense. Yeah. Kind of like a mending spell on loop.
So it's meant.
Yeah. And it seemed to be timed out with when that mimic died. Everything like knit back together.
I still feel like there's more mimics here. Like, I don't know if that... Can an Arcana check tell me that?
Not Arcana can't tell you that, no. But you think there's like the magical effect in the room has that mending thing that like repairs stuff when certain conditions are met.
I'm gonna point out the coat rack and just be like, hey guys, that hat was definitely on a different hook. I don't know what's going on with that.
I want to take
but
out
just
one of
so
my
you
little
know.
Gygax gold coins and just throw it at the coat rack.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Tick, 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 tick.
Throw
Well,
it,
that could mean anything.
throw it at the hat, specifically.
Okay.
Maybe.
I will do that.
I don't know.
Okay. You toss it at the hat, and it kind of hits the hat, and the hat falls off the coat rack and goes like to the ground.
It's probably...
It is a you know like the hat that Orlando Bloom wears at the end of Pirates of the
Yeah.
Caribbean, that first Pirates of
Yeah.
the Caribbean movie, where it's like folded over and has like the big pheasant feather in it. It's that kind
Awesome.
of
That
Guys, I
kinda
really
hat.
want it. I want
Check it out.
But I don't want it to eat my head.
go and
You put it on and you're dead.
why
You're
don't you go
decapitated.
and
You did. And your head's gone.
see what it's about?
He's looking
wrong
so
with you?
sinister.
What?
Theo.
No.
Zarkozai pops his head through the door like, why don't you
just wants to.
And then
I'm just worried it's going to eat us or something. But it maybe is good. Maybe it's an item for us. to
He's
take.
even starting to sound like him. What have you been talking to Zarkozai about?
Maybe it's good.
Maybe it's something we should investigate.
They brought him back.
Maybe it's something
But
you
he
should
was never
investigate,
the
is I
same.
think what he's saying.
So,
I said they brought him back, but he was
What's the
never
plan?
the same.
who's going to check out the hat?
Well, Jrmi
Yeah, I'll go
wants
give it a kick, sure.
Yeah, I'll go give it a kick.
Cool. You kick it. It flops over.
Can I investigate it?
Sure.
Can someone else investigate it?
Sure.
It's really cool, dude. Like, you pick it up. And you're like,
He did
oh,
worse than
man.
I got a net 1. So.
And Val.
I'll see.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Theodûir. It's a mimic.
It's a mimic.
It's a mimic. It's not attacking right now because it's waiting until Jrmi puts it on, and then it will attack you.
You don't.
You're certain
Put
of
it down.
It has a magical aura.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's so pretty. It's fine.
I got a 7.
It's another mimic. Don't put it on.
It's not doing anything.
Don't.
I'm holding it.
You're not sure. Like, you didn't think
Yeah.
it was a mimic, and now Theodûir's certain it's a mimic, and you're kind of like, oh, maybe it is a mimic.
Don't.
I'm just gonna grab it and shake it.
Yeah.
Are you
Just
sure
flop it
it's
back
not
and forth.
doing anything?
Careful.
I think it's a mimic.
I like hit the rim a little bit. I don't know. It's a really patient one.
I want to take it and put it on.
You put it on your head.
You're wearing
You're wearing a hat.
We're gonna
You're
have.
wearing a cool hat.
Cool. Great.
It has a faint, like, hum. You think it might be magical.
Uh-huh.
But, like, it looks so cool. Guys. Like, she has, like, the D'Artagnan, like, musketeer
Yes.
hair, right? It's, like, all curly, and then put the musketeer hat on, like, you guys.
The
She's, like, a
rapier.
little cute musketeer Puss in Boots with the rapier. You guys.
Jrmi, you're so cute.
I want to do. I want to
Actually,
do an Arcana.
actually, you know what? All three of you can give me an intelligence check.
Actually.
14.
Actually.
16. How did I do the best? I have the worst hit.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Whoa.
Screw you.
Something about like the figure that Jrmi cuts reminds you of Professor Soliloquy, who was the Tiefling Bard
yeah.
professor. And the Tiefling Bard professor had a hat called a Hat of Disguise. The way it works is that when you wear it, you can use it at will to basically alter your appearance to look like anyone or anything within your size category.
Jrmi, you look like the awesome tiefling lady. Try to be something else.
I'll try and be the awesome tiefling lady.
You squint and
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I
gotta-
still look really cool.
you think you have to probably
You
attune
look really
to
cool
it.
though, man. You look really cool.
Yeah.
You look just
You have
like
to sleep
her.
with it, and then you'll be fine.
You have to sleep with
Okay,
it.
It'll
but
work.
that theory doesn't work across the board, though, so let's just keep that.
Oh, that always works.
It always works for me. I don't understand. You'll really understand.
Some weird
after-
sounds coming from Theodûir's bedroll right at night.
Oh.
Hey, he's like 13. Now
That
is when
is
it's happening.
true.
I
That
didn't
is
quite hear your
true.
joke, Timothy. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, I said you start to hear weird sounds coming from Theodûir's bedroll
From
at night
Theodûir's
when you're attuning to your other items. Yeah. Just sleep
Like,
with them.
Theo, you never got a new item. I don't know what you have to attune to.
It's just, every night is
I don't
attuning
even
to
know.
new
It's just,
items.
is he like hiding things in his pockets?
Jesus. But yeah, you're in this study.
Little
You have
boys
this
have to
hat.
attune to things.
What
every
now?
day. At a certain age.
Right, exactly. You are at that age.
Well,
So
do
many
we wanna,
hormones.
like, stay here and rest? Do we want to try another room? I guess we could rest before we try another room.
I could use a rest.
It
I'm
feels a little
pretty out of
safe in here.
spells. point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a short rest?
Yeah.
I would need a 6 hour
Yeah.
to get my spells back.
I mean, it's been a while since we've slept, right?
Yeah.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah.
We just do that.
Alright.
And then we go to the next room.
Are you gonna pop up the hut in here?
I don't feel like I need to.
Yeah, it feels pretty safe.
I'm gonna just
Aside from Zarkozai.
try
just
throwing a
popping
coin
out.
at like the armchair or something and just see if any
armchair?
other furniture reacts to being hit with stuff. I don't know.
You toss a coin at the armchair.
Sweet.
Go try and sit in it. Maybe it's magical.
Oh, what if it's like the other armchair?
You should try to sit in it.
No, you all are putting that on me now. You can hear it however you want. I'm not that.
But I'm not like that.
Although you really should go investigate it.
Why are you investigate it?
Well, yeah, I think we can sleep in here. Like, it feels cozy enough.
Right?
It is actually quite cozy.
So cozy.
Great. So you guys just sit on the floor? Where do you make your camp?
I imagine there's a nice rug on the ground, right? Yeah,
There's
I'll
a
curl
rug,
up on the rug.
The rug folds
You know, there's the fireplace and there's the bookcases. There's a desk. There's the armchair you threw out. There's like a divan, like a fainting couch. There's an ottoman. I mean, it's
We can each find.
like just like you guys have like a cool little room. Like, what do you?
I'm assuming he's on the fainting couch. Just, oh, well, this is for me, isn't it?
What do you guys do? Describe it for
I
me.
will sit in the armchair. Okay. And I won't sleep because I'm so scared.
I'm just
I'm so
terrified at any
Staring
moment.
at everything.
I don't rest at all, and
I definitely just sprawl out on the rug and just instantly.
Yeah, you actually don't have to sleep to get rest. Like you can, I mean,
Fair
if you
enough.
go a certain number of days without sleep, it starts to have effects on you. But if you want to stay awake and stare at things, Jrmi, you
Just
can still
in
get your
I'm
hit
sure
points and stuff
eventually
back.
I'll just fall asleep.
Yeah, you try to.
I'm in a
and then
really
you
comfy
end up
chair, so I'm
slumping.
sure
Yeah.
I'll just be like,
Yeah.
Giant and squishy.
What about you, Theo?
Where am I camping up?
Yeah.
So the couch has been taken?
No.
No.
The
Couch has
fainting
not
couch
been
been taken.
Oh, okay, I'll take the couch then.
Cool. You sit on the couch and it tries to eat you.
Really?
Uh-huh.
God damn it.
Really? It has disadvantage. And it's a 14. Right?
So we need to roll initiative?
Not yet. What's your AC? It's like 16?
Oh, 16, yeah.
Cool, yeah. So you sit on it and you're like, fine. And then, like, you guys see the sides of the couch go,
Oh,
like, and, like, close on him. And then they open again. And he's just like, fine. Like, ah! Right, and yes, we need to roll initiative again.
Alright.
22.
20. Oh.
Cool.
Oh,
22.
11.
Probably the best.
As soon as he feels.
Okay, who got the 22? Was it Jrmi? Jrmi, and then Theo. And then Val. And then Mimic. And then I rewrote almost exactly the same initiative. Jrmi, you're up first. So he sits like, but manages to be unharmed.
Oh, God,
Hand crossbow.
amazing.
a crit.
Oh, credit.
Oh, nice. Roll damage twice. But add the modifier only once.
14.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, solid. You see that it, like, so it's a couch, right? It's this, like, long fainting couch. It tries to bite him, and then, like, the pod legs kind of stretch out into its 4 pseudopods. But the mouth is, like, obviously the seat. Where do you hit it?
I kind of want to hit it in one of its little pseudopody legs.
Little legs. Leg kind of goes limp. Great. Nice work. Theo, you are sitting on the mimic, and you are stuck to it.
I'm like stuck, right? I can't really get up.
You're stuck to it.
Oh my
You can try to get yourself up.
Did I take damage?
But no, it basically missed its attack
cool.
on you. So you are stuck
Okay,
to it
cool,
because you
great.
voluntarily touched it. But it, like, because of your displacement
Yeah.
cloak, it couldn't get you.
I want to do Scorching Ray, but I'm going to get disadvantage on those attacks. So I think I'm going to just try to... Can I try to, like, strength check off of it? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You could either do strength athletics or do dexterity acrobatics. But whichever one you do, you have disadvantage.
Okay,
on.
I'll do dexterity acrobatics.
Yeah. Okay, great.
You said, yeah, okay. 6?
No, not quite. So I feel like you're getting like more tangled. It's just trying to get off.
freaking out, just like, what?
Are you like shouting at them? Like, how does Theodûir react to this?
How do I
Like,
react?
It seems safe. Yeah, like role playing wise, right? Like, are you terrified? Are you
Yeah,
enraged?
this is all your fault! How dare you suggest that we stay here?
You said it was safe.
Great. Val, it's your turn.
I
What would you
am
like to
gonna
do?
take out that longbow again. Why not? Just like, just
You're like we're lying down and you're asleep and you just like sit up. And
like still have sleep, just like
Yeah, I'm still sitting in like.
Hi.
not even like half-assed caring.
Nobody's up yet. Come on.
We just wanted to
I'm
rest.
asleep.
First hit's a mod 20. Second one's a 13.
Cool.
13?
Yeah, they'll both hit. Yeah.
All right. First one's 4. Second one's 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Woo.
Solid. 2 shots. Like 2 arrows appear in the couch next to you, Cody. And then it is the Mimic's turn. The Mimic is going to lash out at you with its bite again. It would have advantage because you're stuck to it, but you have your cloak. They cancel each other out. There we go. 17.
Just does it.
Just does it. Oh, I rolled. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was going to say, I rolled really bad damage, and then I didn't. You take 12 damage, 4 of which is piercing, 8 of which is acid. So it manages to like get that bite and kind of hold you in its mouth for a second. You can feel the acid like dripping off of it, burning your skin.
Oh, God.
Okay, that's the Mimic. It opens its mouth again, and moss like flies through the air towards
I feel like
you.
he's half flying squirrel at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. That's 1 hit with the bite. So he comes on and he like gets a pseudopod, and the pseudopod's like shaking him, like so he's like smashing things and knocking books off the shelf. It's being whipped around. Yeah, that's our boy. All right, Jrmi.
I'm gonna get off of the armchair and move kind of back towards the door because I'm like, well, if we do beat it and the room does the thing again, I don't want the armchair to beat the new Mimic.
It was so comfy.
So I'm gonna do healing word at you again, Theodûir.
Yay.
You'll get 7. And then I'll try a hand crossbow again. 14.
14 will do it. Give me the damage. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to hit.
5.
Like... Cool. Nice. It is no bloodied. All right. Theodûir, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to try another
Still stuck.
acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Out of there.
Go for it.
Oh. 13.
That's just enough.
Nice.
Yeah. How do you peel yourself off of this thing? It's kind of like bucking now that it's got moss on its leg.
Yeah, I think if it's like an acrobatics thing, he's probably like bouncing around and he just somehow like kind of like pushes his way off and bounces in a like a,
Ah, the orb like flying around you, right?
Is that my action? So
That's
then I'll
your
just kinda
action,
move away,
alas,
I
yeah.
guess, if that's okay.
Cool. Getting that far into the corner. Okay.
But not
Cool.
touching any other
great,
objects.
that's Theo.
Just like
Like you were gonna like back into the dresser. And you're like, oh no. Right. Like,
It could be next.
okay.
just constant.
Everything.
Everything
Just
I
the
touch.
beast.
Val, it's your turn.
I'm gonna longbow it again.
Cool.
Ooh, 23. And then I crit. First one is 6. Second one is 15. 21
gosh.
total. Ow, ow.
Oh,
Yeah. I think as soon as I saw Theo was free, it doesn't have any little eyes or anything, right?
Yeah, it's got
Oh
two
yeah,
little
I'm
eyes.
going straight for those
on
little
top of the
eyes.
couch.
Yep. Knocked one out, then knocked the second one. Yeah.
The couch like and it just dissolves into goop. Before you can do anything, the room plunges into blackness. 5 seconds later, it comes back up, and everything is back where it was.
Is
Any
it
new
though?
gift items?
Any new treasures?
Yeah.
Any new trinkets?
Let's find out.
Make a
Let's
perception
find
check.
out.
Maybe her jacket's
Anything new
here.
you want to touch, Theo?
I don't see anything.
12.
I'll do a perception.
12. Okay.
Oh, I rolled well. 18.
Woo.
18. Yeah, you look around the room, you don't see anything that's particularly different. It looks pretty much the same. Now that Jrmi has the hat like stays with Jrmi. It doesn't like go back to the coat hack. Yeah.
Cool.
Otherwise it looks the
All right.
same.
Should we could rest here and just not touch anything.
Let's not.
Okay.
Unless we put up the hut.
I can put my head up outside.
Yeah, that's true.
You just leave and I'll put my head up.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. You go to the door, which is now like a wallpapered wall,
Yeah.
right? Like on this
Yeah.
side. And you touch it and it's solid.
Oh god.
It's solid, like it
Well.
can't.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna do an investigation around to see if I can see where the door might have gone.
Great.
9.
Okay.
10.
Oh, I guess I'll try.
11? Come on.
We're all searching. Oh!
I crit my investigation.
Yeah, baby.
So I don't know what
Great.
that'll tell me, but
So you're looking on the wall. You can't find the door anywhere. Valqwyn, you are kind of off to the side looking at stuff. and you are like looking kind of lower. You see, Theodûir, that there's like the desk next to her. Up on top of the desk is like a bust of sort of like a wizard-looking dude. And as Valqwyn is down there, the bust like leans forward, like in a really weird, unnatural way. Like it's gonna kind of like whoosh, jump down on top of her. And you see it do that before it does. You have a surprise action if you want to do something before this thing jumps on
I
her.
want to shoot a spell at it. Can I shoot Ray of Frost at it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean when I say a bust,
Yeah.
right? Like a stone, like head and chest. You
Yeah,
see, like, in
like on the
libraries and
wall?
Stuff. Yeah, cool. It's on like the top of the desk, and like Valqwyn's like kind of down at the floor looking at the wall, and this thing above her, unbeknownst to her or even Jrmi, is like stretching over, like it's gonna jump on top of her. Yeah, and like bending in a weird, unnatural way that obviously stone can't
Yeah.
do. Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot Ray of Frost at it.
Blast it.
Okay. 16.
That'll hit. Give me damage.
Okay. What is that? I think it's like a D8, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, max damage. 8.
Oh.
Yeah, baby.
8. Great. I will say that because you did max damage, it can't move, right? It's like speed is reduced, right? So
By
it's like
10 feet.
stretched halfway over, and then you blast it, and it like freezes, and its movement is stopped for the round. So it's like frozen and hanging there. You see eyes, like the bust's eyes, like turn purple and kind of like look over at you in fury as it's there. Great. What do you want to do? Let's roll initiative real quick.
Yeah.
You guys would have seen Theodûir cast the spell, right? Are we gonna get exactly the same initiative?
And I got 15.
No,
I got a 9.
I also got a 9.
Oh, what's your dex?
What's your dex, Val?
Or
Mine is 17, so you go first.
14.
14. Okay. So I think it's gonna be Val, and then Mimic, and then who got the better of the two of you? Jrmi. It's Jrmi. Theo.
Of course. Somehow.
Great, Val. It's your turn. So you saw him blast. You can look up and see this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like distorted dust like hanging over you.
Eesh.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna whip out Constance. It's not this close.
Great. Do it.
First one's a 9.
Cool. You swing the sword and it cuts the portrait off the wall. Like slices it again.
As soon as I
And the
shoot,
portraits
just
have
like-
moved. Yeah, that does make sense, I guess. But where you are, yeah, you're right
By
by there.
another
You
one,
slash
just
it.
like,
It's the
oh,
same
right.
one in the same spot.
Just like, how?
You have two attacks.
Second
You
one's
make
a
a second attack if you
17.
want. That'll do
Wait.
it. Give me that.
12.
Cool. Nice hit. All right, yeah, you slash it. It kind of shatters the ice that was on it. And now it is going to leap down on you. Awesome. Cool. We're going to go with a bite attack. So the bust is like leaning down and its mouth opens like way too wide.
Gross.
To try to eat you. I don't think so. Only a 15.
Yeah.
So I think it comes down and like tries to, but the spikes get in its
Yeah.
way. So it's kind of like I like can't. Like where do I bite you and not get poked? Okay, great. That's the mimic. Jrmi, it's your turn.
hand crossbow.
Pew!
No, I hit that portrait again.
Hit the portrait.
The next time it's gonna be the portrait
Yeah, great.
just because we keep hitting it.
Yeah, right. That's true. The portrait never came back for revenge. That's funny. Theo, it's your
All
turn.
right. I will do Scorching Ray on the
Cool.
bust.
Pew, 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 pew.
And I'll hurl all 3 of those rays at
Blast
at
them.
it. So here, the first one's a 21. Second one's a 22. And
Yep.
the third one is a 17.
All 3 hits.
All
Give me
hits.
damage.
So that's going to be 66.
Yeah.
Ooh.
8 plus 17. 20 damage.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's brutal. So the orb, right? And you, I forget. Are these the lines? Like the lines of fire? I
Yeah,
forget how we do this one.
they're like rays. So I guess they can be like really hot rays. So yeah, they're like these lasers that come out.
Yeah, it's
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like scorching the bus. It's still alive, but it's much less of a bus now. Hey, taking all that damage. It's just kind of this John Carpenter monster. Like,
Derding.
great. Do you want to move? I assume you're still pretty
I'm
far
okay.
away from it, right?
Yeah.
As far as you can. Okay, cool. Against all advice, Moss will throw himself
Of
at
course.
it again. Misses with the bite, hits with the claws, comes in slashing. So he jumps up on top of the desk, and the desk, yeah, of course it does. The desk like kind of tilts and then goes down.
Oh god.
And so crumbs into the middle of the room, and now the mimic is kind of in the center of the room with Moss stuck to it, slashing. Cool, Val, it's your turn.
All right.
It's about 10 feet away from you.
I'll go at it with
I guess
Constance
5.
again.
You could move to it.
Yeah.
Cool.
First one is a 22. Second one's
Great.
a 10, so nada.
Okay, yeah, that first one.
8 damage.
Ooh, it looks really bad. You slice off a few of its pseudopods. Nice. And then on the backswing, you like knock the portrait
Yeah,
off
she's
the
like,
wall.
how? I wasn't even. Whatever.
So somehow, even like spatially, doesn't make sense. Like, wait, how did? Yeah.
It's just coming at you.
Great. The mimic will, in its death throes, try to lash you with a pseudopod. Val. No, an 11.
Yeah.
So it just kind of like impales on one of your spikes and then like goes limp.
Oh my god.
Jrmi, your turn.
Crossbow. Oh yeah, 19.
Woo.
Yeah, give me damage.
Okay.
Yeah, you got this.
9.
Yeah.
Just like in its throat, I guess, if its mouth is still open.
Yeah. And just turns into goop. You guys all sigh as the room plunges into blackness. And then when it comes back, the room is completely empty. There's nothing in it except the hat on Jrmi's head. And you see that the doorway that you went through is just gone, and it leads right back out into the chamber. It's a completely blank room. Nothing's in here anymore.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, I think we can sleep here now.
Yeah.
True. And I also don't know if we really need the hut. Still, if we're
We
just like
might
in this
not.
little side room.
I would like it just in case something comes through the doorway.
For safety.
Yeah.
Sarko's I can't watch us sleep.
It would be creepy.
Oh, I guess, yeah, you have to turn the opacity up.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the door goes away, you see in the crack, like, his eyes like, goes back under, like, just watching.
It's like, oh god, this help me.
He's like weirdly cute. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right? He's dumb. Like, that's
Yeah.
what I like about him, is he's just kind of an
Adorable.
idiot. And he's like, I'm going to betray them, right? Like, it's so obvious. Everyone knows. Like, yeah, it's Sarko's.
We get it. You're
You're
here.
going to do it.
We believe in you, Sarko.
Yeah.
Great. Do you want to put up the hut? Cool. Where in the room do you put it up? Like, where are you guys individually sleeping? I'm joking.
I was like just in the middle.
No, it doesn't matter.
you set it up.
Anywhere.
You set
It's
it
like,
up. It looks
oh, the
exactly
floor
like
tile
the
that you put it on
Yeah,
is a
cool.
mimic.
The floor opens up inside. No.
You'll never escape.
Just the middle of the room.
Great. Awesome. So thanks everybody for watching. Apologies to Shadow that we still not used your prizes.
They
I'll be sure to get those to them next week. But they are going to be very desperately needed for some of the things they're gonna need
I
to
believe
do
it.
coming
No,
up.
we gotta take a
So,
freaking blue dragon on. Oof.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oi.
Great. So thanks everybody for watching. Tune in next time, and always remember, keep this in your hearts when you go out in the world. The Junior Adventures League motto. Remember. 1, 2, 3.
Party above
all. Above all.
We'll find out if it's together. We'll see.
Thanks for watching. See you later, dudes.